It's our first visit to Chatham, Massachusetts in 2024 as the Gatemen are riding a 5-game winning streak. Hello, everybody. Welcome into the pregame show on the Gatemen Baseball Network. I'm Kyle Marchak alongside Ethan Eibe. We have Madison Walker on standby. And at 8-2, how about being the best in the league, Ethan?
It certainly does feel great. Gatemen coming in winners of, if you can believe it, 5 in a row for the first time in 7 years, looking to make it 6 today against these Anglers.
Yeah, a lot of history on the line, and the Anglers are looking good too. On 2 wins in a row, they're 5-5 at third in the East Division. So on top of that, probably the main storyline in the back burners a little bit at this point, now that we're 10 games into the year, is the fact that this was the first team that the Gatemen faced this year. It was an 11-1 Mercy Rule loss, so redemption on the mind too.
Yeah, that opening day loss, 11-1 in 7 innings, certainly was not pretty, and it was not indicative of what this team has certainly been able to do. Winners of 8 of their last 9. This team has certainly turned it around since then. Hopefully it was some motivation for them after that rough start. So yeah, redemption's on the mind today, and we'll see how it goes.
And coming from Omaha, it's Yoel Tejeda to make his first start in 2024, a returner looking for redemption as well after a strong season with the Gatemen just last year. So with more, Madison Walker was on standby.
Thanks, guys. I'm Madison Walker. I'm here with Yoel Tejeda. Yoel, it is your second year back here with Wareham, okay? Are you super excited to be back? Can I hear about that?
I'm super excited. Last year I came here. I had a great time with our coaches, and it wasn't a great team, but this year our team is really good, and I'm really excited to play for them.
Do you have a favorite memory from last year?
Honestly, my favorite memory was actually at this field. This is my best outing of the year, so I'm excited to come back and do it again.
Okay, so you're starting today. It's going to be your first start of the season. What are you kind of hoping to accomplish or set in motion?
So our team has been off to a really good start. I'm trying to just come in here and help us keep being hot as we are, and I'm just trying to get our team, keep them in the game, and just do my job.
So how does this team kind of compare to last year's team?
So this year, the kids are a lot like the kids want it more. We enjoy it more being here. We love being here, and we're off to a good start, like I said. So we're all excited to play, and it's a good environment here.
And you just came from Omaha. How is kind of that going to change your mindset, or what's going on, like the pitching, hitting? How's that going to be different?
So in Omaha, obviously there was a lot of really good talent, really good teams, and it's the same here in the Cape. It's probably the best league for summer ball. So there's going to be a lot of talent here, a lot of good players, and I just got to go out there and compete and keep doing.
Awesome. We're excited to watch you. Thanks, Yoel.
Thank you.
Thanks, Madison. Yeah, all good signs out of him. Got to be good to have him back.
Absolutely. Excited to watch him in his first start. I had the privilege of watching him his freshman year as a Florida Gator. Of course, he spent this past season as a Florida State Seminole, so hopefully he can bring some more of those good vibes back here to Wareham, Kyle.
Yeah, and one of his favorite places to pitch at, too, so that's all good signs for a guy that had a 2.79 ERA for the Gatemen last year in 7 contests. On the other side for Chatham, it's Liam Paddock out of Gonzaga. He's had a good year so far, just 1 start, 5 1/3 with 1 earned run to his credit. But enough about their pitching. Let's talk about the hitters. They've been doing their job for the Gatemen. Who's your guy to watch?
Well, you said it yesterday, Bobby Bozer. Why not double down on that? The guy is on an absolute tear right now. A 5-game hitting streak. He's got extra base hits in 3 in a row. He even had his first home run yesterday, a 400-foot bomb out to right center field. If Bobby's on, the Gatemen are on.
Yeah, for a team that leads the league in extra base hits. We could see that tonight at a big Veterans Field. At 7 p.m., make sure you guys tune in on the Gatemen Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV. It's the Wareham Gatemen's first visit to Veterans Field in Chatham, Massachusetts at the right time, as the Gatemen are 8-2, the best in the league in the middle of a 5-game win streak. They take on the 5-5 Chatham Anglers on a beautiful afternoon at Veterans Field. Kyle Marchak alongside Ethan Eibe. We have Madison Walker on standby, as well as our producers Joseph Henry and Allison DeWitt. And man, just a picturesque 7 p.m. first pitch, and history on the line too, Ethan, as they look for their 6th win in a row.
Yeah, this team is absolutely on a roll right now. Everything is clicking. The team chemistry has been there for quite some time now. And the Gatemen coming in with the best record, the first team to 8 wins. Things are definitely looking good, and they're looking for some redemption here today against the Chatham Anglers. Everyone knows what happened on opening day at home at Spillane, an 11-1 loss in run rule fashion. They'll be looking for some redemption today, Kyle.
Yeah, they lost at home in 7 innings to open up the season. Since then, they've been a different ball club, going 8-1 since that first contest. So let's talk about the offense that's powered them along the way. They lead the league in extra base hits. The offense goes as follows for the Gatemen today. Leading off, per usual, Brendan Summerhill out of Arizona in center field. At second base, it's the Portal's Bobby Bozer batting second. Murph Gray out of Fresno State at the hot corner today batting third. The cleanup belongs to Antonio Jimenez out of the Portal. The shortstop batting fifth, Sam White, West Virginia, in left field today. The backstop is Jacob Jarrell out of Clemson. He's batting sixth. The 7 hole belongs to Eli Putnam out of Davidson. He's at first base. The designated hitter out of Louisville, Nate Early, batting 8th, and the 9 hole belongs to Colby Turner, Michigan right fielder. So a good offensive alignment against a strong pitcher, the lefty on the bump, Liam Paddock out of Gonzaga. How will he shut down a red-hot offense today?
Well, Paddock, this is his second start of the year. Back at Orleans 7 days ago, 5 1/3 innings in his first performance, 1 hit and only 1 earned run allowed. He struck out 7. He had a pretty good year in his first year as at the D1 level at Gonzaga as well. But it just doesn't seem like anyone in this league, at least over the last week, has been able to shut down these Gatemen. Top to bottom production. If there's somebody that hasn't been able to produce it at one part of the order, it's the other part of the order that picks up the slack. That's what's been contributing to that team effort so far.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, Chatham coming off a 5-2 win yesterday. One of the few games that went a normal distance, or pardon me, one of the many games that didn't go the full distance yesterday. The fog rolled in, but they made it through 5 innings, so they got the win 5-2 against Hyannis. So both teams coming off wins, one a lot more than the other in terms of the streak. And here's the tall lefty, Brendan Summerhill, to dig in to lead things off. Summerhill, one of the hottest bats right now, batting .259 on the year. Lefty on lefty, as the sun punches some shadows into center field. Paddock turns, kicks, and deals, and the first offer is popped straight back. A foul ball for strike one, and we are underway for a 7 p.m. contest in Chatham, Massachusetts.
Pride of Cape Cod, Veterans Field, and it is everything that you really would have thought it would be.
Summerhill got the day off yesterday. Before that, in their 2-1 win against Orleans, he went 0 for 4. From the full, and the pitch is swung on in line to right. Charging in and watching it drop in front of him is Larson. A leadoff knock for Summerhill.
Well, I've said this word before, but I'll say it again. Summerhill's been that spark plug at the top of the order. Even with his day off yesterday, Antonio Jimenez slid up to that leadoff spot and was terrific. But nice to see Summerhill back in there, and he's gotten off to a strong start.
Speaking of strong starts, well, Bozer didn't have that to this season. He went a little cold to start things off, and now he's red hot. Bobby Bozer on 5 consecutive games with hits, and he's punched his batting average up, too. The kid in the portal right now hitting .290. He has a runner on first. No outs, top 1. Here's the pitch to the righty. It's an off-speed outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Chatham defense goes as follows. You've got John Bay out in left, Austin O'Verne in center, Larson in right, Arquette, Lodise, Davis, and Cantwell left to right in the infield, Camden Smithwick, the catcher. Paddock lets it rip. It's a swing and a deep fly into right center. Going into the shadows out there is Larson, calls everyone off. Instead, it's the center fielder O'Verne who snuffs it out, and there's 1 away.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 24.
Murph Gray's turn. Third baseman out of Fresno State, a consistency in this part of the lineup. 3 holes been his pretty much the whole way, and effectively so. Yesterday, a couple of RBI knocks, went 2 for 5 with a double and a single. He has Brendan Summerhill, who leads the team in stolen bases on first. Lefty on righty to the tall third baseman. Paddock looks to first, nods and delivers. Curveball low of the zone, 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0 offer and a pick off over to first, nothing doing. Uniforms today, home whites for Chatham with the pinstripes and the red and blue scripted lettering across the chest. It's the away reds, kind of that maroon red that the Gatemen go with, and the gray pants for them. No high socks for Murph Gray as he awaits the 1-0 offer. With a runner on first, 1 away, top of the first. Summerhill goes, the fastball outside, and no throw from Smithwick as Summerhill swipes another bag.
Gatemen last in the league in stolen bases entering play, so good to see them being more aggressive on the base paths here to start things off.
So with no outs, a runner on second. 2 balls, no strikes. Lefty on righty. And the deal. Fastball nips the inside edge, a called strike. Umpires today, Jeff Merzell behind home plate, Jacob Ashworth at the first base bag, and down the third baseline, Rick Force, your umpiring trio on a picturesque afternoon from Veterans Field. 2-1 with 1 away. And the offer. Swing and a tipper straight back, way out in front of the off speed. 2-2. Gatemen with 5 doubles and then a home run yesterday, so 6 extra base hits. Next closest team in extra base hits on the year, 5 behind them. 2-2 deal. Paddock looks to second. Back to home, and once more, here's the offer. Swing and a miss. Got him on the off speed. Summerhill goes to third. The throw down, the tag. It is not in time. Summerhill with a comfortable slide into third. Another stolen base, but there are 2 away.
Well, the aggressiveness paying off. Now 90 feet away from scoring. Love a guy who can manufacture a run like that, but it'll be contingent on Antonio Jimenez here.
Jimenez, clean up. Young man was at Miami, now in the portal, hitting .261 in the year. And he's got 2 home runs, tied for a team lead. 2 away, runner on third. Another righty at the dish, and the first offer is an off-speed that floats below the kneecaps. Ball 1. Paddock sets as he toes the first base side of the rubber. Deep breath. And the 1-0 offering on the way. A curveball way outside. 2 balls, no strikes. 2 outs. 1 duck on the pond. He's on third base. Summerhill singled to lead things off. He stands on third. Top of the first, scoreless ball game. And the hitter's count offer. Fastball just off the outside part of the dish. Knee high. Simmers in there for ball 3. You know what, with the way Jimenez is hitting, maybe you don't want to leave anything in the zone to him.
First at bat last night was a first pitch double to center field.
See if he has the green light here. 3-0 offer on the way. And there's a strike. Right down Broadway. Three balls, 1 strike, 2 away. Crowd filling in here on a tree-covered Veterans Field. Paddock nods, kicks, and lets it rip. A fastball just misses inside. Jimenez walks aboard on 5 pitches with 2 away. So the corners are occupied for Sam White.
White's not a guy that Chatham should be excited to face right now. Just through 2 games as a Gateman, and he has been producing. 2 days ago, debuted, homered, and drove in a run. And yesterday added on another hit. Guy who can catch and play the outfield.
7 at-bats, 7 total bases. How about that for a start in his inaugural Cape season? The left-handed catcher out of West Virginia. Paddock kicks and deals, and a slider sweeps away from the zone just above the kneecaps, and it's ball 1. Gatemen looking for a historic 6th win in a row. Chatham looking for their third in a row as they try and go back above 500 early in 2024. The 1-0 deal, he kicks and fires. A fastball called strike in the outside edge. Paddock out of Gonzaga, 5 1/3 in his first start, just 1 earned run. He stands tall in the 1-1 deal with 2 runners on. He lets it rip in a fastball at the same spot. Looking, it's a called strike again. 1-2 now with 2 away, 2 ducks on the pond. Top 1 scoreless ball game. He sets, looks to first. Pick off. No tag.
Jimenez was leaning towards second, though. Had to dial it back real quick.
Caught him at the right moment, but modest leads from both base runners today. You mentioned it. Not a team that's super aggressive on the base paths, although Summerhill does have 2 stolen bags after his leadoff single here in the first. 1-2. Paddock throws over to first again, and once again Jimenez jabbing his left foot on the bag. No tag applied from the first baseman Cantwell. Just keeping these runners in check. Jimenez on first, Summerhill on third. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 away. Paddock sets at the letters, looks to first, and another throw over to first. Nothing going on over there. One of these times, Summerhill's just going to try and burst for home, I feel like.
Could complete the trifecta of stolen bases if he did.
Yeah. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The proposition on the way. Swing and a foul liner straight back into the net. Staying alive is White. And sure enough, on the move was Jimenez there.
White's got that perfect short swing, but so much pop in that bat, too. Not a guy who goes up there trying to hit home runs. Uses the entire field.
Shadows engulfing the outfield here in the top of the first. 2 runners on in the 1-2 to White. Is way off the dish. Jimenez bursts towards second. Stolen base for him. Now 2 runners in scoring position, and it moves to a 2-2 count.
Someone must have looked at the stat line and said, Wareham's last in the league in stolen bases. Let's do something about that.
Yeah. Pushing the aggression on the base paths today. 2s across the board with 2 runners in scoring position. Paddock sets. Deep breath as he looks towards second. Now the offer to home. White, check swing. Did he go around? No, says the third base umpire. He stays safe. Rick Force gave him the call there, and it goes to a full count. Talk about being on the edge of your seat in the top of the first. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And a go-ahead guy on third base. Paddock deals the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him with the changeup and brings him to his knees as he chases the ball low. It's 2 strikeouts in the inning to strand 2 runners. A leadoff knock from Summerhill, but nothing doing for the Gatemen. So he sent it to the home half of the first at Veterans Field in Chatham, Massachusetts. A scoreless ball game on the Gatemen Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV. Whatever your technology needs are, Secure One can help. Learn more at SecureOne.com. SecureWON.com.
The Wareham-based AD Makepeace Company, founded in 1854, is North America's largest cranberry grower, the largest private property owner in eastern Massachusetts, and a recognized leader in environmentally responsible real estate development and stewardship. For 170 years, AD Makepeace Company has supported community events and organizations like your Wareham Gatemen. Visit admakepeace.com to learn more.
Attention baseball fans, are you ready to hit a financial home run? PCT Federal Credit Union is here tonight to make your dreams of home ownership and driving off in that new car a reality. Their unbeatable low rates on mortgage and auto loans are a win for everybody. Whether you're rounding the bases to buy your first home or looking to upgrade your ride, PCT Federal Credit Union has got your back. Swing by their tent before you leave or visit their website to learn more about how they can help you step up to the plate and score big on your financial goals.
The AD Makepeace Company also owns and operates Reed Custom Soils, the area's leading manufacturer of custom soils, including CU structural soil and Rooflight certified green roof media. Reed Custom Soil is also a manufacturer and distributor of baseball infield mix and conditioners. To learn more, visit www.reedcustomsoils.com.
Back on the Gatemen Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV. We head to the bottom of the first as we get rolling here from Chatham, Massachusetts. 2 runners get on in the top of the first for the Gatemen, but nothing doing after Summerhill led off with a single and Jimenez walked aboard. They get left stranded. So it's all scoreless, but it could remain a pitcher's duel with another arm on the bump for the Gatemen, making his debut in 2024. A guy who had a great season in 2023. Ethan, it's Yoel Tejeda making his return.
Yeah, Tejeda, the team leader in the ERA department a year ago for the Gatemen, 2.79. He tossed just under 20 innings for the Gatemen last season. Started his career in Gainesville at the University of Florida. Went over to Florida State. That's like trading up for your worst enemy right there. But solid year for Tejeda over in the Garnet and Gold. ERA just under 6 in 19 2/3 innings. So he's excited to be back. He said he loved pitching Wareham last year, and here we are.
Standing at 6.82, a firm fastball that gets a high strikeout rate. He faces Austin O'Verne, the left-handed center fielder for the Chatham A's, leading off. First pitch, swing and a miss. Fastball on the outside edge gets a sword. It's 0-1. O'Verne leading off. Kyle Lodice out of Augusta, the shortstop, batting second. Ike Irish in the 3-hole out of Auburn, the DH. The cleanup in left field, John Bay out of Austin P. The next pitch is just inside. 1-1. After that, it's batting 6th, Luke Cantwell out of Pitt. Right fielder batting 7th, Ashton Larson out of LSU. Vandy's Jaden Davis, the second baseman. And Owen Smithwick, or Camden Smithwick. Next pitch, a changeup, misses below the zone. 2 balls, 1 strike. Yoel Tejeda just returning from Omaha. Did not pitch there, but the Garnet and Gold had a good season. 2-1 from the Foley, kicks and fires. There's a swing and a line drive opposite field. It rolls into the gap and drops there as it hops into the glove of Sam White in left field today. Just a little bloink single to get things rolling for Chatham.
Gateman no stranger to Austin O'Verne. He had 3 hits against them on opening day and continuing that success here early on.
One of the most effective leadoff hitters in the league. He's hitting .361 through 9 games. Here's Kyle Lodice. Right-handed bat, a shortstop out of Augusta. Doesn't get easier with him. Good on base skills, although just a .222 average so far this season. First pitch, righty on righty, and a fastball is framed on the inside edge, a called strike. Hitting just .222, but he has 4 walks. Gets on base a third of the time. 0-1, but here's a toss over to first instead, keeping O'Verne in check. He's safe. Man, going from Florida to Florida State. You're right. That feels wrong.
It's only one thing worse.
0-1 is down low, and I have a guess as to what you're about to say.
Florida to Georgia.
Oh, no, I was going to say Texas A&M to Texas.
Well, yeah, that's something we can talk about later. But
that's a whole other story.
Going from the Gators to the Bulldogs is...
that's messed up.
Oh, yeah.
Tejeda ready. Runner on first in the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Way late on the fastballs. Lodice.
He's a football example. One of our starting running backs, Trevor Etienne, just flipped from UF to UGA.
One of the best at that position, too. Tejeda with no outs and a runner on first, the 1-2. He winds and delivers a fastball on the outside edge, swung on and popped foul to the right side.
Tejeda was more of a midweek starter for the Gators his freshman year and held a similar role this year for the Seminoles.
Seminoles who had a really good regular season. Tejeda nods and the slide step 1-2. Cut on and missed. Got him with a heat on the inside edge. It's a strikeout for out number 1 in the bottom of the first.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 4 from Auburn.
That's what he does, Ethan.
Irish.
Just an electric fastball.
Fastball is good. If you compare it well with the slider, he'll find some success. Change up as well.
Here's Ike Irish out of Auburn, the DH, batting third, left-handed bat with a runner on first, 1 away. Scoreless ball game, and Tejeda kicks and delivers the first offer to him. It's a called strike, but the ball pops out of the mid of the catcher, Gerald, and moving to second on a passed ball is O'Verne.
Rare defensive miscue from Gerald.
Yeah, who's appeared to be in his fourth game now. Probably the best defensive catcher the Gatemen have had this year. Mind you, we're just a quarter of the way through the season, but Wareham on an 8-2 start leads the league. Irish circles his bat in his right hand with a runner on second. Tejeda minds him, now goes home. The pitch is down low and outside. The runner goes to third. The throw skips away from Murph Grain to left field. Popping up from third and going home is O'Verne. He touches home plate with his left foot easily. And on a couple of defensive miscues, it's a run for Chatham in the first.
Well, Gerald was a bit slow to release that ball. Ended up throwing it a bit offline. Gray dealing with the runner sliding in. Had to get by him, and as soon as it did, you knew it was going to be 1-0.
Sam White picked up that ball and fired it immediately, but there was nothing doing. 1-1 deal to the lefty at the dish. It's outside. Ike Irish, 265 hitter. Leads the team in games played. Just a consistency in the 3-hole for them. 2-1, and the offering is down low. A changeup misses. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 away, and it's 1-0 Chatham, bottom of the first. Base is empty. Infield back from the full. Here's the 3-1 from Tejeda. Swing and a pop-up, and a souvenir for the neighborhood behind us. $7 p.m. start, latest first pitch for the Gatemen this year, and the shadows of the trees for this Chatham sunset, pretty much engulfing the entirety of the field. Here's the 3-1 to him, and a called ball on the outside edge. A fastball framed well, but no call for Tejeda. A walk with 1 away.
Now batting, left fielder, number 10, John Bay.
So now it's John Bay's turn. Left fielder out of Austin P.
One of the bigger threats in this Chatham order. 348 hitter. Team leader in homers and RBI.
Second team All-Atlantic Sun, and he crowds the plate with a tall, close-footed stance in the right-handed batter's box. The first pitch, big kick, swing and a miss. Slider away. Got him through it, and it's 0-1.
Pittsburgh Pirates liked Yoel Tejeda enough to take him in the 2022 draft, 19th round. Didn't sign and opted to go to Florida.
Big lead for the runner on first, the 0-1, same spot, but no swing this time. 1-1. John Bay, a big power bat. As you mentioned, Ethan, Tejeda slings the 1-1, and another slider misses away. 2 balls and 1 strike, all sliders to him right now. Probably no fastballs because, as you mentioned, leads the team in homers, and that's been a consistency in his career. Nearly broke the single-season record for Austin P with 24 this past season. Runner goes, and the 2-1 is a called strike. Throw down to second. It skips into center field again. Picking it up in center is Summerhill, and running into third on a stolen base is Ike Irish. He'll stop there.
Well, Bozer tried to cover the bag, but that throw was way off the mark. More towards the second base side, and Bozer technically overran it, but that throw just wasn't where it needed to be.
So it's a 2-2 count, 1 away, bottom 1, 1-0 Chatham, and a runner on third for the Anglers. Tejeda, deep breath. He's ready in the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Got him over the off-speed, a strikeout for out number 2.
Realize that if a left-handed batter is lucky enough to foul one off in our general direction, we could be seeing something.
Yeah, let's hope the sun sets by then. I'll need every advantage I can get to snag one of those. Batting fifth, Eibe Arquette out of Washington, third baseman. Arquette, 379 hitter. I mean, this Chatham offense, first pitch and an off-speed misses inside. It's weird. They have so many good hitters, but they're just fifth in the league in batting average, 240 as a team. 1-0 deal to the Anglers' 5-hole hitter, a called strike on the outside edge.
Arquette slugged his first homer of the year yesterday, a 3-run shot in the 5-2 win over Hyannis.
Anglers 8 home runs as a team, the 1-1 deal. And a slider kisses the outside corner, 1-2 with 2 away. Tied for third in the league. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bottom first. Chatham Anglers lead at 1-0 over the good guys right now. Tejeda kicks and deals, swing and a miss. 3 strikeouts to get through the frame, but a couple of errors, and with a single, it's a 1-0 Chatham Anglers advantage as we head to the top of the second. 1 left on base, though, and we send it to the next frame as the Gatemen look to tie things back up on the Gatemen Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV.
Let's wind the clock back to those times. You were a pitcher at Wright State. Now tell me how you got the opportunity to go to Wareham and what that time was like for you.
Well, I had gone out for the Pan American team in '91 just to kind of get my face and name out there nationally. And I made the first couple of rounds of cuts. So all of a sudden, people started to take notice. When I was fighting, I wasn't going to make the team. I was a freshman coming out of Wright State, opened some eyes, but wasn't ultimately going to make the team. So when I get cut, I get a call from Alaska. The 2 top leagues, the number 1 was Cape Cod, and then the Alaskan League was a really good league too. But those were the 2 big ones. I got a call from Alaska. I got a couple calls from the Cape. I got a call from Wareham, and they said, we have a kid that's going back home, and would you be interested? I mean, they didn't even have to finish their sentence, and I was like, I'm packing. I'll be there as soon as I can get my 85 Ford Tempo on the road and up there. So,
did you enjoy that clip? Well, you can catch the rest of this episode and all episodes of Wareham Whip Around, the official podcast of the Wareham Gatemen, available now on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
Your area cat dealer.
1-0 Chatham Anglers as we enter the top of the second from Veterans Field. Gatemen offense back up. It's 6-7-8 due to step up to the dish. Jacob Gerald will lead things off after a scoreless frame for the Gatemen, who left 2 on in that first frame of action. Liam Paddock back on the mound, gave up 1 hit and a walk in that first frame, but navigated the base runners to keep it scoreless. Meanwhile, in the bottom of the first, it was a pair of hits, as well as a walk and a couple of errors that plated that first run. And right now we're waiting for the end of the PA announcement in between innings to get things rolling, Ethan.
Yeah, Gerald had to step out of the box.
All right, now Gerald toes the inside of the home plate here, and the first pitch fastball from the lefty out of Gonzaga is just inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Gerald crowding the plate, and he's been hitting well in his short Cape season so far. Stretch and the offer. Fastball inside again. 2-0. Gerald, a .308 hitter in 3 games.
It was an atypical first inning defensively for Gerald. A couple of throwing errors on stolen base attempts. Looking for some redemption here.
2-0. Paddock turns and delivers, and an off-speed squibs into the dirt, a 58-foot curveball for ball 3.
This is the kind of situation we've seen the Gatemen get themselves into multiple times over this winning streak even. Going down early, especially in the first inning, and then the bats waking up shortly after.
3-0. He turns and fires. A fastball simmers up above the mid of the catcher Smithwick into the backstop. A 4-pitch walk to get things going.
Now batting for the Gatemen, the first baseman, number 11.
So it's Eli Putnam's turn. The other guy with multiple home runs for the Gatemen this year. He hit both in the same game just 4 days ago. So the first baseman out of Davidson digs in. Paddock sets. Slide step, first pitch, and it goes to the backstop again. Jacob Gerald will trot on to second. Back-to-back fastballs that have flown straight to the netting behind home plate.
Not sure what's up with Paddock, but typically he's able to locate that thing. But the last 2 ones have just taken off on him.
And now you have the catcher Smithwick going to chat with his pitcher. Just not something you see at this level very often.
Aside from that fastball, Paddock's got a slider, a curveball, and a changeup he likes to use, and he's the only returner to this Chatham team after last year. Pitched 20 in the 3rd innings for them.
Yeah, peculiar, and now you see pitching coach coming out to chat with them.
Cape Cod Baseball League is at excited to introduce a new initiative
Or I believe that's Jeremy Sheets, the field manager. First year with Chatham, and they've done as expected so far, kind of to the name brand of the Anglers, one of the more historically successful franchises in Cape Cod Baseball League history. Sheets out of Georgia Gwinnett Community College, a powerhouse JUCO. He's been the field manager there for 5 seasons now and won the 2021 NAIA National Championship. So if there's any advice that I would trust on that staff, it would be them. Now the meeting's broken up by Jeff Merzel. Peculiar happenstance to start off the top of the second. All right, Putnam digs back in. Shade engulfing the entirety of Veterans Field now as Paddock sets with a runner on second. Twists and turns, and the 1-0 fastball is well outside. 2 balls, no strikes.
Paddock's had himself an interesting journey. Started over at Spokane Community College a couple of years before making the move to D1 with Gonzaga this year.
He's ready for the 2-0. Toes the first base side of the rubber, sets at the belt. Looks to second, now the offer to home. Right down Broadway, strike 1.
And command struggles were a problem for him this year with the Bulldogs. Walked a team-high 56 opposing hitters.
2 balls, 1 strike. Long wait and the deal. Swing and a miss over the changeup this time, 2-2. Runner on second is Gerald. He walked aboard and then moved to second on a wild pitch. 1-0 Anglers, top of the second, no outs. Gatemen at the dish. Deuce is wild and the deal. Check swing and the off-speed misses outside. He did not go around. Full count. Putnam hitting .345, one of 3 on the roster that's played in all 10 games so far. For the offense, that is, one of 4, pardon me. 3-2 deal, he kicks and deals. A curveball just misses outside. No, they ring him up. A ridiculously late backwards K hung up by the home plate umpire, Jeff Merzel, and it's out number 1.
Well, Putnam was just about set to trot down to first base, but yeah, a bit of a late call there. But Paddock will take it. And a funny story about that curveball, Paddock actually taught himself to throw it. He didn't have a pitching coach growing up. So at 12 years old, you know you can learn just about anything on YouTube?
Oh, yeah.
Well, that includes how to throw a curveball. That's what Paddock did. He stuck with the same grip his entire career.
Well, it's working for him. Nate Early, the lefty out of Louisville, check swinging a first pitch changeup outside. He didn't go around, so it's 1 ball and no strikes. You really can learn anything on YouTube.
Yeah, just before I left for the Cape here, my dad learned how to fix a washing machine on YouTube.
That's not the easiest thing to learn on YouTube. Paddock with a runner on second, navigating through the lineup now with 1 away. Double takes to second, now goes home, and a fastball runs up and in and plunks the right hand of Nate Early. He's in pain as he jogs halfway up the first baseline, and now you have the trainer coming out to look at him.
That does not feel good for Nate Early. Just couldn't get out of the way of that.
Fastball's been rather untamed in this inning, and now Early just brushes it off. I mean, regardless of whether or not he's actually hurt, which luckily he isn't, the pain that you're going to be in initially from a mid-90s fastball, I'd imagine, doesn't feel that good.
Yeah, that sting. It's going to persist for a couple of minutes, but Early's not going to let anybody know that.
Nope. So now it's a fresh slate with first and second occupied. Early on first, Gerald on second, and Colby Turner steps up to the dish. It's his first AB of the day. Turner, 7th game, he's hitting 3 for 18, so a little bit of a slow start to 2024. As now the trainers strut off the field. It was Ryan Smythe, really, the one that was taking a peek at him. And now you have Mike Mobbs taking advantage of that time and chatting with his pupil at the dish. What Mobbisms you think he's receiving right now?
Well, maybe just staying outside with it, taking it the other way if you get that pitch. Hobbs doesn't preach home run hitting, he just preaches hitting.
Situational hitting. And no one's taken his money on it yet in BP. That's a whole other story that we've talked about before. But for now, it's the righty out of Michigan crowding the plate here. First and second are filled up. And the first pitch, lefty on righty from Paddock, is on the way. A fastball cut on and missed. He swung right through it. Strike one.
Turner hasn't seen action in the last 4 games now, it appears. Bit slow with the stick to start the year, but good chance here to tie this game up.
0-1. Paddock kicks and fires. And a 57-foot curveball. The runner on second, Gerald's going to move on to third with no throw, as it bounced up in front of the plate, and Gerald just moved on first pitch, or first movement, that is.
So 2 wild pitches here in this inning for Paddock.
So with 1 away, the Gatemen have the tying run on third base. The way the Gatemen produce runs, it feels like they learned it on YouTube, but in a good way. Because they do everything. They manufacture runs, like we've talked about before. Wild pitches, and now lately, although not to the start of the season, stolen bases too. Runner on first and third. 1-1 deal. Turner watches a curveball sneak in front door. It's 1-2. The sun just beginning to touch the tree line beyond left field here at Veterans Field. Field completely shaded as the lights turn on. In the top of the second for a 7 p.m. first pitch. Paddock goes home, the 1-2, and it plunks the inside foot of Colby Turner. Talk about a back foot slider. 2 hit by pitches, and now the bases are loaded with 1 away.
Paddock's location in this inning has just completely evaded him. It sets up Brendan Summerhill well.
Summerhill started off the game with a single. Ended up stealing 2 bases, too, just to be left on third. But now he steps up with the bases juiced, and for the second time today, Jeremy Sheets, as they call him, will strut out to the bump. I mean, you could imagine this might actually be Liam Paddock's day here.
And it will be. Sheets just pointed to the bullpen.
All right, arm coming out of the bullpen, so just 1 1/3 to the credit of Liam Paddock, who loads the bases. We'll see who comes out of the bullpen to take things over here in the top of the second. Chatham does lead it 1-0 on the Gatemen Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV. For a good piece of glass, call Abby. Located at 3 Tyler Avenue in East Wareham, call Abby Glass and Locks about getting a free quote for your windows, doors, locks, and other glass needs. Mastria Auto Group. Whether you need sales, parts, or service, call Mastria Auto Group for all your Kia, Cadillac, Mazda, VW, Subaru, and Nissan needs. Mastria delivers. www.mastria.com.
Legacy Insurance has been servicing Wareham and the surrounding area since 1980. Call Legacy Insurance for all your insurance needs at 508-295-1315. Legacy Insurance, your hometown agency.
Looking to buy or sell real estate in the South Shore, South Coast, or Cape Cod area? Joanne Stevenson has been selling Massachusetts since 2000. Specializing in residential real estate, she is a part of the #1 Berkshire Hathaway Robert Paul team. Whether you are looking for your first home, vacation home, or relocating, call Joanne Stevenson, your local Wareham agent, for all your real estate needs. A proud sponsor of the Wareham Gatemen.
Back on the Gatemen Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV. Liam Paddock's day is done. He leaves the bases loaded, but has held them scoreless thus far. Through 1 1/3, the Anglers' lefty and starter is out. So they go to the sophomore right-handed pitcher out of Alabama, number 11, Pierce George. We'll see what he has to offer. He made 13 appearances in his first season with Alabama to the tune of a 4.38 ERA, and he takes over a tough situation here, Ethan, with the bases juiced.
Yeah, this is the Gatemen's calling card. They go down early and they automatically threaten again, but they received a lot of nice and easy breaks there, thanks to Paddock, who was especially wild in this second inning. 2 wild pitches, 2 hit by pitches as well. So now it'll be up to the top of this order to cash in. We've got Summerhill and then Bozer after him.
Pierce George, in just 1 game, threw for 2 outs, and gave up a 1 earned run. So in a small sample size, if it means anything, it's a 13.5 ERA. We'll see what the tall righty standing at 6'5" has to offer. So they go from a lefty at 6'4" to a guy who's a righty and 6'5". Mind you, the Gatemen starter is Yoel Tejeda. He's 6'7". You could make like an entire basketball lineup out of the pitchers we've seen today.
Yeah, you definitely could.
So the tall righty will take over here. In this inning, it was a walk for Jacob Jarrell. On 2 wild pitches, he ended up on third. Didn't matter because with 2 hit by pitches after a strikeout from Eli Putnam, the bases are juiced now and the top of the order is up. Brennan Summerhill singled back in the first. He was left on the base pads there alongside his buddy Antonio Jimenez, looking to reconcile the situation this time around. You got to bring the runners home this time, right?
Yeah, definitely. This is it for Summerhill. He had a base hit in his first at-bat. Now you've got to come through.
Summerhill digs in with an open stance in the left-handed batter's box. And the first pitch from Pierce George with the bases juiced on the way. Swing and a deep fly to right field. Going back at the wall, looking up, it's gone! Grand slam, Summerhill goes yard. And just like that, the Gatemen take the lead. It's 4-1 in the top of the second.
Ka-ching. You talking about cashing in? First pitch, that's all you need.
He saw it, he liked it, and he took it way yard into right center. For any fans sitting out on the berm there, you just found a souvenir. Try not to toss it back out on the field. It's a 3-run advantage for the Gatemen.
Now batting for the Gatemen.
When they're down, they're not down for long.
Bobby Bozer.
That lasted an inning. 4 outs to be specific. Summerhill with his first home run as a Wareham Gateman. And the next pitch is swung on and fisted the opposite way, rolling back to the track and making the catch is Larson as Bobby Bozer lines deep out to right field for out number 2.
Thought for a second Bozer wanted to join the party.
Yeah.
Now batting.
And that ball was traveling to the short porch, too, just 314 down the right field line. 2 hits for the Gatemen today, and they lead it 4-1. Now it's Murph Gray with the bases empty here. Struck out swinging back in the first. Gray crowds the plate. First pitch from the righty George. And a fastball firm at the knees, a called strike. And I think the Gatemen thought that was low. A 1 deal. Swinging a line drive, smoked into center. That one doinks in for a base knock. Murph Gray with the team's second hit of the inning. He struts on to first with 2 away.
Now batting for the Gatemen. The shortstop, number 14.
Jimenez's turn. He walked aboard in the first. So the Gatemen hit their 9th home run as a team this year. Good for second in the league. Murph Gray with a small lead off first. Pierce George, the new righty on the bump, peeks to first. Nods, kicks, and fires outside. One ball, no strikes. George lets it rip, and a slider misses outside. 2-0. Gatemen lead the league in extra base hits. They've only added to that total after that grand slam from Summerhill. First 4-run shot for the Gatemen this year, too. Hitters count with a runner on first, 2 away, top second. And the 2-0 deal on the way. Simmers outside once more.
Just feel the life a little bit dimmed at Veterans Park after that grand slam.
I feel like we've got targets on our backs now, huh?
Maybe a little bit.
All right, so here's the 3-0 offer from Pierce George. Right down the middle, strike 1. Three balls and 1 strike, 2 outs. Top of the second, it's 4-1 Gatemen with 3 hits on the afternoon. And the offer. Swing and a miss. Runner goes. Throw down to second. He's just safe as Murph Gray swipes it back. So it goes to a full count, but a runner in scoring position. Another hit here. It'll be a very nice insurance run.
Still loving the base running aggressiveness that we've seen.
4 stolen bases from the Gatemen already today. Full count, 2 away, runner on second. Payoff on the way. Swing and a miss over the slider. A strikeout to finish the side. 1 left on base. But how about a grand slam home run from Brendan Summerhill? He cashes in for his first big fly of the year. And in one swing, the Gatemen take a 4-1 advantage as we head to the bottom of the second on the Gatemen Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV.
I'm Jesse Simmons.
And I'm Brendan Summerhill.
And this is Catching Up with the Gatemen. All right, so Brendan, junior, Arizona. From Chicago, though. Tell me a little about that. You said we talked about you grew up not far from Wrigley Field. What was that like growing up?
Yeah, a mile away from Wrigley. It was special. When the Cubs won in 2016, I really realized how cool it was to be a Cubs fan.
Right.
The entire north side of the city was partying for like, a week straight. I was in 7th grade. School got canceled the next day. We all got to go to the parade. It was super fun.
It's easy to say that. Did that grow your love for baseball early on, being able to be a part of that and so close to an MLB team?
Absolutely.
You know, it's hard not to want to get into baseball, right?
It's just, there's something about baseball that there's nothing else like it.
Right. Was there an MLB player that you...
108 years, you don't win a World Series.
Right.
And then they win it, and everyone goes crazy. It was fun. It was super cool.
Was there an MLB player that you emulated your swing? You know, you play outfield. We talked about Ellie De La Cruz. You emulate that. Was there a different player growing up?
Welcome back on the Gatemen Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV. As we head to the bottom of the second, a grand slam home run from Brendan Summerhill means a 4-1 advantage over the Anglers. And with that, why don't we celebrate, Ethan? It's our first edition of the Wareham Gatemen Grubs. It's the Anglers Brownie Bar Bite. So a frozen brownie bar, I guess?
Kyle, these things look dangerous. Let's just tear right into these, huh?
Yeah, let's do it. All right, so Luke Cantwell out of Pitt is the first baseman to bat here. First at-bat for him today. Meanwhile, the Gatemen have already collected 3 hits and a 4-1 advantage over the Anglers.
These are melting quick, man.
Mine's completely melted. First pitch is a fastball, a called strike. All right, I've never ate on air before either, so...
This is a messy endeavor real quick.
Okay, that's pretty good. 1-0 deal, and it's a slider that misses down low. 2 balls, no strikes to Luke Cantwell. You know what? After a first grand slam of the year from Summerhill, why not celebrate like this?
Yeah.
So for those listening at home, thank you for partaking in the noises of us eating a brownie. Here's a 2-0 deal, a swing and a miss. It's 2-1. We'll rate it. Joe Henry beckoning us to rate it. I got to taste it first, Joe. So, Heda, from the full, here's the 2-1 deal. Swing and a miss, 2-2. All right, you go with your rating first.
All right. This is one solid brownie bar right here. I'm giving it a 9.2.
Wow.
That's what I'm going with.
Okay. 2 balls, 2 strikes, first batter of the second. Tejeda kicks and fires. It's a swing and a line drive deep into center. Going back at the wall of Summerhill, he looks up and makes the catch on the warning track. Loud out number 1. And with that, I'll rate this brownie. Considering we have good luck on that play, I'll give it a good 8.7.
All right. Respectable.
Yeah. Good texture, good taste, and I'm not even that much of a chocolate ice cream guy, at least.
Yeah. Oh, this is some good stuff right here. Terrific ballpark bites.
So now it's Ashton Larson out of LSU, the right fielder, first at bat for him today. Kick and a deal, a fastball, pinpoint on the outside edge. It's strike 1. Tejeda, the 0-1 deal. Swinging a tapper off his mitt. Now it trickles into the shallow side of the infield, and a barehand effort from Jimenez. He can't get it. All right, so with the bad luck there now on an infield hit, I think now's the chance to outro our first segment of Gatemen Grubs this year, an 8.7 out of me for some brownie bites from the Chatham Anglers.
Good stuff. 9.2 out of your boy, Ethan.
Oh, yeah. So an infield single as they score it. And now Jaden Davis will step up. And the first pitch is swung on. Two-hopper to the chest of the third baseman, Murph. Charges, throws to first. In time to get him. Golden Glove effort for out number 2. Moving to second is the lead runner, Larson.
That's terrific stuff there from Murph.
Number 12, Campbell Smithwick.
And now while I'll try and top off this brownie bite. Thank you for throwing out that wrapper, Ethan.
Of course.
So the Anglers push a runner to second. They're down 4-1 with 2 away. Bottom of the second. Camden Smithwick's first at-bat today, the catcher out of Ole Miss. Kicking a deal from the righty on the bump, and he powers a fastball in there. Need some water to wash it down.
Oh, yeah, you do.
No balls, 1 strike. 2 away in the deal. Fastball just misses away. And I think we have a furry friend that's sniffing out the brownie bites that we just ate. A yellow lab to our right, just staring at us. She's cute, so I'll let it slide, but I'm afraid we can't feed the dog chocolate. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 away. Swinging a fly ball out to center field. Summerhill finds it on the gap once again to retire the side. So we send it to the bottom of the second. Nothing doing with 1 left on base. It's a 4-1 Gateman advantage as we head to the top of the third on the Gateman Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV. Welcome into our first edition of the Wareham Walk-Off in 2024. And our first guest, as we get to know you, is Tony Pluta, a right-handed pitcher out of Arizona. You ready to roll?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, Tony. Well, you're from Chicago, so what brought you out west to Arizona?
So my recruiting coordinator at Arizona knew my high school coach really well and knows that whole area very well. So it's just kind of how I got connected with them.
Gotcha. So they reached out to you in high school. You told me you topped out at 95 in high school, so pretty easy to get noticed?
Yeah, that definitely helps. But, you know, going to all the tournaments and all that kind of thing helps.
Okay, well, on top of that, you've developed some accolades in your short career in college baseball so far. You were in the Northwoods last year, and then college ball treated you well in 2024. Your spring was pretty fun. How about that Pac-12 championship? What was that like?
It was amazing, especially being the last Pac-12 championship. It was an awesome feeling to win the last Pac-12 game ever.
Yeah, and then Brennan Summerhill, your Gateman teammate, hit the walk-off. So is it cool to share that moment with your Summer teammate as well?
Oh yeah, it's great. Every moment with Summer is something special, so it's great to have a teammate like that.
Speaking of Summer, you've been to a lot of different baseball destinations. This is kind of your first one for an extended period of time out east. Where does Wareham rank all time?
It's pretty great. I mean, the Northwoods was definitely its own thing, but I love Wareham. It's a great spot to be.
Yeah, it's been fun so far. We made it to home plate, so my final question for you, what's the goal this summer?
Just pitch well, throw strikes, and get guys out.
Awesome. Thank you, Tony.
Thanks, Kyle.
That's our first edition of the Wareham Walk-Off. We'll catch you guys next week. Away half of the third at Veterans Field in Chatham, Massachusetts, and with 1 swing of the bat back in the top of the second, the Gatemen command a 4-1 lead. They strand a couple of runners back in the bottom half of the second, so here we are with the middle of the order due up. Sam White's second at bat today against the second arm. First one out of the pen for Chatham, Pierce George. White 0 for 1 with a strikeout, swinging back in the first. We've had everything in the baseball realm occur to us today, Ethan.
Oh, yes, we have.
First pitch from George, swinging a line drive, foul.
Seen a grand slam. We've eaten some brownies on the air. I just said hi to our doggo of the day. That's Lily, yellow lab, sitting over to our right.
0-1.
She sure does shed. Say that much.
Yellow labs. I had one growing up. Second pitch of the inning, Pierce George with a more methodical pace than his counterpart who started. And another ball fouled, straight back, late on the fastball up in the zone. It's 0-2. Yeah, yellow labs do shed. Now, Lily, our doggo of the day, I think was more motivated by our presence because we were eating a nice, delicious snack.
Oh, she was searching for the treats I didn't have.
Unfortunately, she really cannot eat what we were eating.
Yeah, that too.
The owners say she's famous wherever she goes. Why not, Lily? The sweetest lab I've ever met. The 0-2 pitch to Sam White, and a fastball brushes him off the dish. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. A lot of dogs at the ballpark today.
Oh, we've seen that just about everywhere we've gone on the road.
Oh, yeah. And this place in particular, the most Cape Codish of any Cape Cod baseball team we visited so far. First batter and the 1-2 deal, swing and a miss. Sam White late on the fastball. Second strikeout for him today, and there's one down. Charming. That's how I would describe this ballpark, this town. It's been already a fun trip to Chatham, Massachusetts.
We were able to walk around some of the nicer areas just before the ball game. Got a bite to eat, some ice cream as well. It's everything that they say it is.
First pitch to the righty at the dish. Gerald, he grounds one hard in the hole. The shortstop picking it up and making a nice effort over to first. Lodis with a Gold Glove effort over there in the hole for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down quickly here.
Now batting.
And now it's Eli Putnam.
11, Eli Putnam.
He's 0 for 1, struck out looking. Putnam yesterday singled in his second at-bat, and that was all he did in a 1 for 2 effort with a pair of walks. On-base machine out of Davidson. Pierce George. Pierce to the tips of his leather, turns and deals the first offer. Swing and a miss, 0-1. You know, people have compared me to a dog. Not in like the DAWG way where it's like I get stuff done, although I do take pride in my work ethic. It's because I'm food motivated.
That makes sense. That checks out.
0-1, swing and a miss on an off-speed this time. It's 0-2. In a lot of ways, I am like a dog. I'm food motivated. I need to go outside and play. I'm sometimes too friendly to humans. 0-2 deal is popped foul. Sky high and behind home plate. Chance for one of hundreds of children at Veterans Field today, too. As the sun has finally completely disappeared behind the tree line in left field. George from the full, the 0-2. Swing and a slow tapper to the left side. Charging, a forehand grab by the third baseman Arquette. Throw to first is scooped out of the dust by Cantwell. And it's another ground out to end the inning. 3 up, 3 down. Nothing doing for the Gatemen this inning, but they do command a 4-1 advantage over the Anglers as we head to the home half of the third in Chatham, Massachusetts on the Gatemen Baseball Network powered by Cape League TV.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
When you need to be seen for a minor illness or injury, Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care is here for you with high-quality, full-service walk-in care. ER expertise meets urgent care convenience at our 6 urgent care centers, which are staffed by board-certified ER providers and located Cape-wide from Falmouth to Orleans. Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care is open daily and offers a cost-saving option for everything from sprains to stitches, with timely treatment in under an hour for most patients. View online wait times at capecodhealth.org/urgent care. Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care. Minor emergencies, major attention.
4-1 Wareham Gatemen score as we head to the bottom of the third at Veterans Field. The Gatemen searching for their first victory against the Chatham Anglers away from Spillane Field since 2021. They're also searching for their 6th straight win as a franchise so far this year. That would be the first time happening for the Gatemen since 2016 as well. A lot of history on the line.
Yes, certainly has been a historical stretch for this group, and they're definitely breaking a lot of the expectations. Not many pegged the Gatemen to be leading the entire Cape League to this point in the season, a quarter of the way through.
First pitch, a fastball simmers in for a strike from Yoel Tejeda. Third inning of work in his first start of 2024. It's the top of the order. Just his second at bat today for Austin O'Verne, who led off with a single back in the first. Next pitch simmers into the dust behind home plate. 1 ball and 1 strike to the lefty at home plate. One on the way. Just off the dish. 2 balls, 1 strike. O'Verne was the lone run for the Anglers in their 2 frames of offense so far, but it was on a couple of errors in which he reached home plate on. 2-1 deal to Tejeda from the full, swinging a foul off his own foot. O'Verne steps away, writhing in pain a little bit. 2-2. That was their lone run today. Goose egg in the bottom of the second. Meanwhile, it was a grand slam from Brendan Summerhill, his first home run with the Gatemen back in the top of the second. They got blanked in the third. So here we are, bottom 3, first batter, the 2-2 to O'Verne. Swing and a pop-up, mid-distance right field. Ranging over Turner, looks up, grabs it on his left shoulder, and there's out number 1.
That Summerhill grand slam traveled 392 feet, left the bat at 101 miles per hour.
Kyle Lodis.
I believe that's a tie for the hardest hit ball we've seen from the Gatemen this year. You have a more computized memory than I do.
I think that might be right up there at the top.
Yeah. First deal to the righty now. And a fastball. Looks like it actually hit his belt buckle, but they'll say it just dusted by him. It's 1 ball and no strikes to Kyle Lodis out of Augusta. Shortstop's 0 for 1. One-0 deal on the way. Swing and a ball clubbed to right center. It's twirling in the air. A pop-up that lands in the mitt of Turner once more. 2 flyouts to right. 2 outs in the bottom of the third.
Irish.
A lot of social media being pumped out on the Gatemen's first visit to one of the most picturesque towns in the Cape Cod Baseball League this year. We'll have our first Wareham walk-off of the year getting pumped out on socials, and we just did our first Gatemen grubs, too. First deal to the lefty. Ike Irish watches a called strike.
We'll be shooting our next episode of Wareham Whip Around tomorrow morning, the podcast for the Gatemen. Special guest, former Major League player and former Gateman Doug Glanville.
Called strike, 0-2.
Excited to have Doug join the pod. That'll be a lot of fun.
And shout out to you for putting those pieces together. Not your average major leaguer. He stayed in the big show for a while. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Tejeda kicks and deals a fastball off the outside part of the plate below the letters. 1 ball and 2 strikes, 2 outs, bottom 3. 3 hits for the Gatemen, just 2 for the Anglers. Tejeda deals. Down low, a back foot slider. 2-2. Tejeda toes the first base side of the rubber. From the full, he offers. Swing and a chopper left side, just past the third base bag and foul. Twos across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 4-1 Gatemen lead. And the deal. Swing and a roller to the right side. It squibs along the chalk, picking it up just in fair territory is Tejeda, and he has nothing to do with it, as he almost got brushed by the runner passing by the ball that he brought with him. So it's an infield single with 2 away.
I think Tejeda was hoping that ball was going to trickle foul slowly but surely, and it just stayed hugging the line.
Most perfectly placed swinging bunt we've seen this year. So what is deemed a hit in the scorebook levels the hit column between these two teams, but a very different score as the Gatemen still lead it 4-1. John Bay's turn, the cleanup, leads this team with power. He's 0 for 1. And a first pitch slider twirls into the outside edge. 0-1. Irish, with his first hit today, he stands on first. 0-1 deal on the way. Awkward, swing around a slider on the outside part of the plate. Made no contact, and it's 0-2. Tejeda resets. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Peers in for the sign. Kicks and fires. Down low. The 1-2 deal on the way. Swinging a roller left side. It's just foul of the third base bag again. Yoel Tejeda looking to strand a runner for the third straight inning.
Yeah, Tejeda's done well after settling down in that first.
The first with a run that came in that is not to his credit, a couple of errors. Tejeda looks to first, now focuses on home. The 1-2 on the way. Swinging a deep blast down the left field line. It's foul.
You're not going to find that baseball.
Nope. Hardest hit
trees.
foul ball I've seen this year.
Yeah.
So now we just reset. It's 1-2. And the pitch. Swinging a tapper to the right side of the mound. Tejeda gobbles it up, tosses to first. It's in time to retire the side. One more left on base on an infield single from Ike Irish. Otherwise, you can call it a 1-2-3 inning. As we head to the top of the fourth, the Gatemen still lead it 4-1 on the Gatemen Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV. Whatever your technology needs are, Secure One can help. Learn more at SecureOne.com. SecureWON.com.
The Wareham-based AD Makepeace Company, founded in 1854, is North America's largest cranberry grower, the largest private property owner in eastern Massachusetts, and a recognized leader in environmentally responsible real estate development and stewardship. For 170 years, AD Makepeace Company has supported community events and organizations like your Wareham Gatemen. Visit admakepeace.com to learn more.
Attention baseball fans, are you ready to hit a financial home run? PCT Federal Credit Union is here tonight to make your dreams of home ownership and driving off in that new car a reality. Their unbeatable low rates on mortgage and auto loans are a win for everybody. Whether you're rounding the bases to buy your first home or looking to upgrade your ride, PCT Federal Credit Union has got your back. Swing by their tent before you leave or visit their website to learn more about how they can help you step up to the plate and score big on your financial goals.
The AD Makepeace Company also owns and operates Reed Custom Soils, the area's leading manufacturer of custom soils, including CU structural soil and Rooflight certified green roof media. Reed Custom Soil is also a manufacturer and distributor of baseball infield mix and conditioners. To learn more, visit www.reedcustomsoils.com.
Nate Early digs in the top of the fourth as Wareham leads it 4-1 at Chatham right now. Pierce George, it's his third inning of relief, you could say, as he turns and deals the first offer to the lefty out of Louisville. It misses outside. 1 ball and no strikes. It was 1 run in the bottom of the first for Chatham on a couple of errors. A grand slam for all 4 of the Gatemen runs from Brendan Summerhill, his first big fly of the year in the top of the second. Since then, a bunch of goose eggs. So it's a 4-1 Gatemen score. George turns and twirls. It's upstairs, 2 balls and no strikes. He has 1 2/3 to his credit. He's given up 1 earned run and a couple of hits. George turns in the 2-0. Fouled off Early's foot. Early 0 for 0 today. He got plunked in that big inning back in the second.
Yeah, he's getting banged up. Now he's fouling balls off his ankle.
Yep. Long to hit the dish for him. Early had a funny conversation with Mike Mobbs at batting practice today. Mobbs is just a funny guy to begin with, so any conversation with him is entertaining. Meanwhile, George nods at the sign from the full. Here's the 2-1 deal to him. Outside, 3-1. So I believe what Early was trying to do was hit the ball the other way, and he hit a couple of balls out of the ballpark to right center. And Mobbs had a funny response to Early's frustration afterward. The 3-1 swung on and clubbed. It stays fair down the right field line and rolls all the way to the pole. Early dashing towards second. He'll pull up there. It's a leadoff double for Early.
Well, 3 hits for Early on the season. All 3 of them have been doubles.
So Colby Turner steps up with a runner on second. What Mobbs said to Nate Early, he was like, well, who cares about your hitting approach? You just hit 2 freaking home runs. What do you have to complain about? So matter of fact.
It's like you're going for a triple in the cycle and you accidentally hit a home run type of thing.
It's like, oh, darn it. Colby Turner also got hit by a pitch back in the second. He has Early on second, top 4. George peeks, kicks, and fires a fastball off his mid on the inside edge. It rolls all the way to the backstop. And I believe that ball popped off the screen that is pretty low to the ground behind home plate, so it was called a dead ball. So Early just stays at third.
It should be a pass ball.
We've seen the Gatemen attack on wild pitches and pass balls already today. Meanwhile, they do have 4 stolen bases today. 1-0 deal. And a foul ball as it bounds past the third base bag. 4 hits for the Gatemen, just 3 for the Anglers, who are down 3 runs. Pierce George kicks and fires. And a ball fouled down the right field line. Just laid on it. Still put a good piece of wood on it, but it's lined away from fair play, so it's 1-2. No outs. Away half of the 4th inning here. Gatemen working with a 3-run lead. 1-2. Swing and a bounder to the left side. Gloved on a hop by the third baseman Arquette. Throw across the diamond in time. 1 away. Staying on third is Early. Top of the order back to Summerhill. 2 for 2 today. He's got a single in the first, a grand slam in the second. Not a bad day at the dish.
No, you could say that.
4 ribbies already for him today. 5 total bases. Hitting a tick below 260 coming into this, but an on-base machine. Righty on lefty in the first offer. Once again, he swings and grounds it with the infield into the right side. Gloved by the second baseman Davis. He throws to first in time. Early stays on third. Back-to-back ground outs, and there's 2 away.
Early almost baited that throw from the second baseman, but smartly held up at third base.
So with 2 outs now, it's Bobby Bozer. He's 0 for 2 today.
Bozer said this park is one of his favorites to hit in. Said he went deep a couple of times last year. Just likes the way it feels.
Runner on third. First pitch to Bozer. It's outside. Coming off a season performance yesterday with a double and a home run. Not to mention a sac fly.
Hits in 5 straight.
1-0 deal to him. Front door sliders in there, 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike. George with a rocker step, kick and delivery. It's down low. 2-1, and now you're getting some chants from the side of the Gatemen dugout. I don't know if it's them or fans behind them. My guess is the fans. Whatever it is, it's in favor of the Gatemen, I believe. 2-1 deal, big kick and a delivery. He just gets the bat head on it to flick a slider foul. So that one bounds into the parking lot. I hope we didn't park in that direction. I don't think we did. 2-2. Birds chirping here, too. As the sun's fully set at Veterans Field. 2-2 from George. Check swing and a slider. Did he go around? They're going to say he did. It's a strikeout to finish the side. So after a leadoff double from Nate Early, it's 3 straight outs to retire it. They leave 1, but they still lead it 4-1 as we head to the home half of the 4th on the Gatemen Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV.
Let's wind the clock back to those times. You were a pitcher at Wright State. Now tell me how you got the opportunity to go to Wareham and what that time was like for you.
Well, you know, I had gone out for the Pan American team in '91 just to kind of get my face and name out there nationally. And I made the first couple of rounds of cuts. So all of a sudden, people started to take notice. When I was fighting, I wasn't going to make the team. I was a freshman coming out of Wright State. Opened some eyes, but wasn't ultimately going to make the team. So when I get cut, I get a call from Alaska. The two top leagues, the number one was Cape Cod, and then the Alaskan League was a really good league too. But those were the two big ones. I got a call from Alaska. I got a couple calls from the Cape. I got a call from Wareham, and they said, we have a kid that's going back home, and would you be interested? I mean, they didn't even have to finish their sentence, and I was like, I'm packing. I'll be there as soon as I can get my 85 Ford Tempo on the road and up there. So,
did you enjoy that clip? Well, you can catch the rest of this episode and all episodes of Wareham Whip Around, the official podcast of the Wareham Gatemen, available now on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
Home half of the fourth as the Gatemen pay their first visit to Chatham, Massachusetts in 2024 as the leading team in the Cape Cod Baseball League. Chatham 5-5, third in the East, and right now they could be 5-6. They're down 4-1 to the good guys here after a grand slam from Brennan Summerhill back in the second. So here we are, bottom four, and we have the back end of the order due up. It's 5-6-7. Eibe Arquette is first. He struck out back in the first. And the first pitch fastball on the inside edge, a called strike. Arquette, one of three strikeout victims from Yoel Tejeda, who's been rolling today. No earned runs to his credit through 3 frames. A slider misses outside, 1-1. And now that the Gatemen are leading, Ethan, I can say that I've had a great day and a charming one at that. What a beautiful town the Cape is.
This really has been a treat just to walk around this place and take it all in.
Called strike, 1-2.
Part of the joys of getting to call baseball games on the Cape is just experiencing the life out here, all these different towns, getting to connect with the people, and everyone here has been super nice.
1-2, swing and a miss over the slider, a strikeout for out number 1. And it makes it a lot easier when the Gatemen are playing well, too.
That helps.
That definitely helps. Man, Yoel Tejeda came in at the right time. He talked pregame about how this team's just different. He was a part of a 15-27-2 Wareham Gatemen squad last year. First offer to the lefty at the dish with 1 away. It's down low. Luke Cantwell, the first baseman out of Pitt, is 0 for 1. He lined out to center field. Tejeda turns, twists, and fires. It's in there. 1-1. We grabbed food. What was the name of the place we were at earlier?
Something started with a captain.
Captain's Table. Captain's Table. 1-1 is pulled foul. Early on a slider, 1-2.
What did you snag?
I got a Cape Cod sandwich.
Okay.
I mean, it's literally a Cape Cod sandwich, so why not?
I stuck to my brand and got myself some lobster mac and cheese.
Food has been the theme today. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tejeda. A long wait for the sign. Now he turns and deals. Check swing and a slider, and he did not go around. 2-2. And a super charming ballpark here as the lights now take full effect at Veterans Field. 2-2 on the way. And a fastball, a called strike 3 on the inside edge. Backwards, K. There's 5 hung up for Tejeda in his 2024 debut, and there's 2 down.
Jacob Jarrell hopped to his feet to fire that ball around the infield before the strike 3 call even came through.
I thought that was once again a really belated call. Maybe he's making the call vocally, and then considering I'm not a very good listener, I just didn't hear it. So there's 2 away now, and another lefty, Ashton Larson, watches a curveball miss outside. 1 ball and no strikes. We also had our first Gatemen grubs of the year. Swinging a line drive, and over the head of the third baseman, Gray. Just a ball kind of fisted out to left field, so a soft liner for a 2-out single. 2 singles for Larson today. 0 for 1 is Jaden Davis out of Vanderbilt, the second baseman, grounded out to third back in the second. He's got a runner on first.
That's a 92. Oh, so you saw it. Oh, it's fine.
Tejeda curls and unfurls a slider on the outside edge, a called strike.
That's a he's not doing anything.
That's what I was thinking. And then
nobody's doing, unless he's still.
No balls, one strike.
Breaking ball's not gonna
Tejeda sets. And the offer. Swing and a chopper to the right side, reaching in the hole. Bobby Bozer can't get it. Rounding second, the lead runner, Larson. He's going to chug into third. The throw is on line, but it pops out of the mid of the third baseman, Gray. And sliding in awkwardly over at third is Larson. It's a 2-out knock. Back-to-back 2-out hits.
A lot of moving parts to that play. Bozer was playing closer to up the middle, so that even though it was a slow chopper to the right side, it was tough for him to get to it. But then Turner coming up with a terrific throw in right field, and it beat the runner. Just Gray couldn't corral it there at the end.
So at 2 away, it's the 9-hole hitter, Camden Smithwick, who's 0 for 1. He lined out to center field back in the second. And slowly ambling out of the dugout is Eric Luxus, the pitching coach for the Gatemen, to have a chat. His first one at that with Yoel Tejeda, considering the novelty of the coaching staff. I mean, Tejeda's given up 2 singles here with 2 outs, but both of them really weakly hit balls. The first one just a bloop liner to the left side, and the other one a 3-hopper into the right field grass.
That's a lucky rally at the moment for Chatham. Something that you just can't let get to your head, and that's probably why Luxus is out there, just to straighten him out and make sure he can finish this inning strong. He's done so well today. Base runners allowed and stranded in all 3 innings. Chatham's left 3 runners on to this point.
3 runners left on, as you said, as the Gatemen lead it 4-1, and the mound visit is concluded. So with 2 away, second and third occupied for the Anglers. Tying run at the dish with 2 down, bottom 4. Tejeda, first offer to the lefty, Smithwick at the dish. It's a strike. 0-1. Tejeda peeks in for the sign, sets at the belt. No ball, 1 strike offer. Punched into the dirt. Ball 1. Really neat field. Kind of small dimensions, though. You could tell they kind of punched this field in between the berm out in right and the trees out in left. Just 314 down the right field line. Only 386 to center. 1 ball, 1 strike, a kick, and a fire. Swinging a hard roller. It goes right into the mitt of Bozer. Sidearm throw to first, and he strands 2 more runners on a ground out with 2 away. Great way to punctuate that inning, and to punctuate more of the fun for this 4-1 lead, we send it to our sideline reporter, Madison Walker.
Thank you, Kyle. So far, this game hasn't been too bad for the Gatemen. With Tejeda on the mound for the first time this summer, it's been a pretty solid debut. With 5 strikeouts so far, having a 95 fastball, 96 a few times. His slider hitting 81. I think he's been doing pretty good for his first summer back. And he's a returner, so I was able to talk to him before the game, and he mentioned loving pitching here last season. He said these were his best games. Really gives you the Cape Cod vibe. He had so much fun here. But he also mentioned he's having a lot of fun with this new team. He said they're super driven, super motivated. He thinks it's going to be a super good year with them. And it's kind of hard not to be motivated and excited when you're on a 5-game win streak. It's looking pretty good again today with that Summerhill grand slam, 101 off the bat, 392 feet. I mean, I was sitting there with everyone. I was like, I'm expecting Summerhill over this hill right here. I mean, you kind of have to. Next thing you know, I'm like, did I manifest this? I hope I did. I love it. I hope we see more of those this summer. I want to throw it back to you, boys.
Thanks, Madison. Yeah, she did kind of manifest it. Summer plus hill, and Summerhill putting a ball on the hill in right field.
That's terrific. And that kind of echoes what Ryan Smythe has been all about this summer, and what we've heard from just about every player who has suited up for the Gatemen this year as well. Just how close this group has gotten in such a short time. And Yoel's only been here for 2 or 3 days, and he's already feeling so much love.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you can simplify it as much as this. It's a same player, same team, completely different feel. So it's really cool that Madison gave us that inside scoop on that, as the Gatemen are a team that fights as well. We've seen a handful of comeback efforts from them this year. And now with 5 wins in a row, they had, well, technically a comeback effort as well after going down 1-0 in the bottom of the first, a grand slam in the second, and the Gatemen are on top 4-1 as we begin the top of the 5th on the Gatemen Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV. Kyle Marchak with Ethan Eibe. You guys just heard from our favorite sideline reporter, Madison Walker, as the Gatemen offense steps back up. It's the 4th inning of relief for Pierce George, and he fires a first pitch fastball way up and outside to the tall righty Murph Gray, who's 1 for 2 today. Next pitch, slider off the dish, 2-0. The sun tinting the sky into a pink that fades into the phthalo blue above us as it darkens. Vertical toss here in Chatham, Massachusetts. The 2-0 fastball simmers up and in, and Jedi style ducking out of the way is Murph Gray. 3 balls, no strikes.
Jedi style, Matrix style.
You ever watch The Matrix?
Once, a while ago, though.
I actually watched it for the first time this past semester. Really good movie.
Oh, yeah.
3-0 deal, and a slider misses outside. A 4-pitch walk for Murph Gray.
Speaking of movies, the definitive Cape Cod League movie takes place right here at this field, Summer Catch. You ever watch that?
So, actually, when I told my mother that I was going here, she was like, oh my God, you have to watch Summer Catch. It's such a good movie. It's so romantic. She knows I'm a sucker for romance movies. I love, Dirty Dancing's my favorite movie of all time, weirdly enough. So, I haven't watched it yet, though, but I've heard good things about it.
All right, we'll do a watch party at some point this summer for you.
Okay. Murph Gray on first after a 4-pitch walk. Here's Antonio Jimenez. 0 for 1, a walk and a strikeout. Swings at the first pitch, a high chopper directly up the middle. Touch on second, throw to first. It's a 6-3 double play from Lodis. Beautiful effort up the middle for a twin killing. And the bases are emptied.
That's a terrific job there. First, you have to get over and field that grounder before it gets up the middle. But then you have to have the presence of mind to put the brakes on, step on second, and then make a strong throw to first. And he did all 3 of those things terrifically.
Big league play right there. And with 1 out to work with, it's Sam White, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of swinging strikeouts today. George kicks and deals to the lefty. He shows bunt, pulls away. 1 ball, no strikes. So my ma doesn't know the history behind the Chatham Anglers and told me that they were the Athletics. And I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. You can't call them the Athletics now. 1-0 deal. Swing and a fly ball opposite field. It's tailing towards foul territory, giving chase and reaching for a ball that lands in the grass as the left fielder Bay. It's just a loud strike. They go by the A's nonetheless, though.
Yeah, they've always been the Chatham A's, but had to switch to the Anglers moniker. A couple of teams had to make that switch as well. The Orleans Firebirds were once the Orleans Cardinals. But some teams got to keep their major league names, like the Braves, Mariners.
Which makes me scratch my head. I wonder, I don't know the financials behind it. 1-1 deal to White is upstairs, ball 2. So, I don't know, maybe the YD Red Sox paid an installment for naming rights or something. I don't know how that works. George nods at the sign. Pierce through the tips of his leather, turns and deals the 2-1. Swing and a soft tapper behind home plate, a foul ball for strike 2.
I'm going to do some digging on that for you, Kyle.
You do your research, Ethan. Y'all want to know who really gets the research done around here? It's my guy, Ethan Eibe. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. George kicks and fires. And a fastball is just upstairs. Full count.
Well, I do have an answer for you on it, but I'll share it after this pitch here. It's a big pitch.
Talk about a big tease. Gatemen up 4-1, and the payoff. Simmers inside and rolls all the way to the backstop. A slider misses, and it's ball 4.
All right, so in 2008, Major League Baseball announced it would enforce its trademarks. So all of those team names, right? And require Cape League teams who share a nickname with an MLB team to either change their nicknames, like some did, or buy their uniforms and merchandise only through MLB-licensed vendors. So teams like the YD Red Sox, Bourne Braves, Harwich Mariners probably went the latter route, while Orleans and Chatham opted to switch up the names.
Very interesting. Runner on first, 2 outs, It's the top of the fifth and a 4-1 Gateman lead in Chatham, Massachusetts. Jacob Jarrell at the dish. Swings at the first pitch, right through his slider. It's strike one. So all of them just going the ladder route and getting uniforms from licensed MLB affiliates. No balls, one strike. George, the proposition. Another swing and a miss over a slider, 0-2.
I'll say this, if you're forced to change your name, Chatham did a terrific job because they kept the A's moniker while coming up with something that honors the heritage of this town.
Definitely the closest ballpark to any ocean that we've played at so far this year. Within spitting distance. 0-2 with 2 away, and the deal, a swing and a miss over the slider again, a strikeout to retire the side. One left on base. How about that double play up the middle from Lodis as well to clear the bases before that. So the Gatemen still maintain a 4-1 lead, a bunch of goose eggs since the second, and we send it to the home half of the fifth on the Gatemen Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV. For a good piece of glass, call Abby. Located at 3 Tyler Avenue in East Wareham, call Abby Glass and Locks about getting a free quote for your windows, doors, locks, and other glass needs. Mastria Auto Group. Whether you need sales, parts, or service, call Mastria Auto Group for all your Kia, Cadillac, Mazda, VW, Subaru, and Nissan needs. Mastria delivers. www.mastria.com.
Legacy Insurance has been servicing Wareham and the surrounding area since 1980. Call Legacy Insurance for all your insurance needs at 508-295-1315. Legacy Insurance, your hometown agency.
Looking to buy or sell real estate in the South Shore, South Coast, or Cape Cod area? Joanne Stevenson has been selling Massachusetts since 2000. Specializing in residential real estate, she is a part of the #1 Berkshire Hathaway Robert Paul team. Whether you are looking for your first home, vacation home, or relocating, call Joanne Stevenson, your local Wareham agent, for all your real estate needs. A proud sponsor of the Wareham Gatemen.
Provided by Keith Murata.
Welcome back in the Gatemen Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV. Bottom 5, 4-1 Gatemen, and taking you the rest of the way, it's Ethan Eibe.
Well, thank you very much, Kyle Marchak. Bottom of the fifth inning here from Veterans Field. I believe it is now Lucas Malstedt on the mound, and it is for the Gatemen. Up 4-1 here, entering bottom of 5. The day is done for Yoel Tejeda in his 2024 Gatemen debut. The returning Gatemen did well. Only allowed, I believe, 5 hits. Just that 1 run in the first inning. He struck out 5 batters. A good debut for the 6'8 right-hander out of Florida State.
Yeah, no earned runs. Just looked super poised, and just like he was last year, too.
Second appearance for Lucas Malstedt, the right-hander out of Clemson. Last pitched 4 days ago against Hyannis. Tossed 2 innings, earned the win in the ball game that vaulted the Gatemen to first place in the West. That's where they stand now with an 8-2 record and looking for their 6th consecutive win here tonight at Chatham. A feat they have not achieved since 2016. So a lot on the line here tonight at Veterans Field as the leadoff man Austin Overn stands in for Chatham. Third time through the order for the Anglers. He'll be followed by Kyle Lodis and Ike Irish. Defense remains the same for the Gatemen: Sam White, Brendan Summerhill, Colby Turner in the outfield. Irv Gray, Antonio Jimenez, Bobby Bozer, Eli Putnam, and Jacob Gerald, your infield. This one down low, ball 1 to Overn, who's 1 for 2. Singled and scored in the first. He bats from the left side. Right-hander ready, ball and glove waist high. The side armor deals. And scoops that one in there for a strike, 1-1. Anglers in their home white pinstripe jerseys, the blue pins. The Anglers red A on the right chest. Blue hats and helmets. 1-1. Chopped foul roller up the first base side, 1-2. And the Gatemen in their maroon reds. The Navy Gatemen across the chest. Gray pants as well. Blue numbers on the back outlined in white. Sun pretty much set here at Veterans Field. The artificial lighting on in full effect. Final bits of orange and pink making their way down beyond the trees out in center field. The firehouse sits out and right. The pitch Swing and a miss. Ball gets away from Gerald, and there will be no play at first base. Overn reaches on the drop third strike.
Yeah, just unfortunate. I mean, that was a really good pitch. One that was way outside and just shoved into the right-handed batter's box, and weirdly enough, popped out of the mid of Gerald, who's not at a normal day behind the dish.
Gerald committed a couple of errors in the first inning on 2 throws with runners in motion. Balls that got into the outfield, offline, so hasn't been his best day behind the dish. Runner at first, and nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th. 4-1 Gatemen. Those 4 runs on 4 hits. Chatham out hitting Wareham 5-4, despite just the lone run. Gatemen plated all 4 of their runs on 1 swing. It was Brendan Summerhill's first home run of the year out to right field, a grand slam in the 2nd, as the pitch misses inside and low to Kyle Lodis for ball 1. Lodis 0 for 2, the Augusta shortstop, hitting .222 entering play tonight. Made a nice stellar defensive play at shortstop just an inning ago. Big lead off of first for Overn, several steps. The pitch outside, 2-0. That fastball just off the plate. We have seen a 4 strikeout inning this year. I believe it was done against the Gatemen. I'll have to look back in the books and see who that was. 2-0. At the knees, just down. 3 balls, no strikes. I want to say it was within the first 4 or 5 games of the season.
Felt like it was early.
Righty against righty. The 3-0 from Malstedt. At the knees and a called strike. So Malstedt trying to get back in this at-bat here. Mike Irish, the DH, waits on deck for Chatham. Runner on first and nobody out. Malstedt a quick throw to first. And over and back in safely. It's a nice move there. Runner just starting to amble off of first base, and he whips it over there. 3-1 the count to Lodis. The pitch inside, and that's ball 4. He started to show bunt, pulled it back, and he'll take his base here. A couple of free passes technically after the drop third strike, and have put runners on first and second for Chatham.
Yeah, Malstedt's got to reset. He's got really nasty stuff. If he just starts to trust it, toss it in the zone, that'll help his confidence here because he's going to get ground balls.
So here's Irish. Dangerous spot for the DH to be in. The Auburn Tigers hitting .265 entering play. He had 2 ribbies against Wareham on opening day. Malstedt delivers, and it's low and outside, ball 1. Tejeda got into a couple of jams in his 4 innings of work. Left runners on in every single inning he pitched. 5 total left on for Chatham tonight. The 1-0. Cut on and missed. Slider knee high. 1-1 the count. Malstedt more of a ground ball pitcher. 2/3 of the balls in play have been ground balls. As of his last year at Clemson, the pitch, chopper towards the left side, charging Antonio Jimenez. Throw off balance to first in time. Both runners advance, but a nice play by Jimenez records the first out of the 5th.
Man, that infield's looked so solid today. Anything defensively that's been issued is, stuff from behind home plate. You get that sometimes, right? Stuff that'll get past the catcher. It can move the runner station to station, but when the ball's put in play, they are just so trusty today.
Potential tying run to the plate in John Bay, the cleanup man for the Anglers. Runners at second and third, and 1 away here in the bottom of the 5th. The score 4-1 Wareham. Malstedt working to him, shows bunt, gets it down the third baseline, picked up by Malstedt. Underhand toss to home. They've got the runner in the pickle. Gerald running the runner back towards third. He evades the tag. Now he's coming home. The throw to Malstedt at home. The tag is in time, and both runners elsewhere are safe. A whole lot going on that play. Bay ends up at second base. Lodis ends up at third. Over and out on the pickle play. It went 1-2-1. The runner got around Gerald over down the third base line and started to make his way back towards home. That was Overn. And Gerald made the throw back to Malstedt, who luckily for him was still covering home plate.
Yeah, if Malstedt weren't there, that would not have been good. I have not seen a pickle like that in a really long time, especially in a fashion where, catchers are usually so good at pinning that runner in the base path, but somehow just got caught really reaching for a tag, and he actually spun away from it.
So it's a fielder's choice that allows Bay at second base. It's second and third now with 2 down. Here's Eibe Arquette, the third baseman for Chatham, still with a chance here to come through in a 4-1 Gatemen lead. Malstead deals, and it's down and in, ball 1. I don't know how over and got around Gerald. He went more towards the grass on the pitcher's side, so he technically stepped out of the baseline.
Yeah, I mean, it was a nice effort. He tried to stay in the baseline as much as he could, but yeah, he crossed over the foul line and ended up in the infield grass. So by technicality, I mean, if you look at it from the rule book, yeah, he definitely should have been out of the baseline. Luckily, they got the out regardless, so no negotiation there.
They do call it a sack bunt for John Bay. It was a bunt. Technically, it moved the runners over, so that makes sense. It's a 1-0 count to Eibe Arquette, 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts tonight. But he's got a chance to flip the script. The pitch, another one down and in, 2-0. Trying to keep that slider low and tight to the right-handed hitting shortstop. Arquette's been heating up as of late. He homered yesterday against Hyannis. 2-0. At the knees, there's the called strike. It's Bay at second, Lodis at third. 2 gone in the bottom of the 5th. Malstead looking to get out of the jam. 2-1. Arquette takes a hack and it fouls it off his foot. So 2-2 the count now.
Yeah, that's what Malstead does. Just get you out in front, soft contact, off balance.
Arquette struck out both times, swinging. Malstead has the sign from Gerald, looks at third and deals. Check swing. Arquette didn't go. It was a slider low and outside. The Washington infielder able to hold it up. So the next pitch will come on 3-2. Do have first base open with Luke Cantwell on deck. Payoff. Arquette skies one foul down the left field line. Heading after it, Sam White, as well as Murph Gray, and it lands right on top of the batting cage turtle down there, just in front of the Anglers bullpen.
If you scale that turtle and make the catch, would it count?
It better. But a good luck scale. But good
Why
luck
not?
scaling it. That's I don't think we've ever seen that.
No.
So still 3-2 to Arquette. 2 outs, 2 men on, a 4-1 Gatemen lead in the 5th. Malstead. Round ball up the middle. Bozer backhands on the slide. Struggles to get up and no throw made. A run scores. It's an RBI infield single for Eibe Arquette. And now a 2-run ball game in the 5th. In to score from third, Lodis. Bay moves up to third. It's runners at first and third now with 2 gone and Luke Cantwell coming up.
Well, it's pretty bizarre. After that home run, actually, the bats have gone pretty quiet. The Gatemen have left a handful of runners on base today. And, well, even, after a 3-run advantage at one point, in a game that looked like it was really in favor of the Gatemen, now they're kind of letting the Anglers scrape back into it.
So here's Cantwell with a chance to come through. Runners on the corners, 2 gone. The pitch, hack and a miss. Strike 1. Oh, 1. Just a bit low and outside, count even. Plenty of fans have found their way to Veterans Park tonight, one of the higher attended ballparks in all of the Cape League. Bleachers line the dugouts left to right, as this one misses down 2-1. Plenty of berm space, though, from center field all the way to the right field foul pole. Anyone can pull up a towel, pull up a chair. 2-1. A late hack, and Cantwell comes up empty. It's 2-2. There's even a house right behind us here down the left field line that has its own set of bleachers built in its backyard.
Yeah, pretty impressive.
Overlooks that third baseline. Here's the 2-2 to Cantwell. Swing and a miss. Malstead got him, And the Gatemen strand a pair here in the 5th inning. A run does score. An RBI knock with 2 gone for Eibe Arquette. We head to the top of the 6th and a 4-2 Gatemen lead here from Veterans Field. This is the Gatemen Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV.
Jesse Simmons.
And I'm Brendan Summerhill.
And this is Catching Up with the Gatemen. All right, so Brendan, junior, Arizona. From Chicago, though. Tell me a little about that. You said we talked about you grew up not far from Wrigley Field. What was that like growing up?
Yeah, a mile away from Wrigley. It was special. When the Cubs won in 2016, I really realized how cool it was to be a Cubs fan.
Right.
The entire north side of the city was partying for like, I mean, a week straight. I was in 7th grade. School got canceled the next day. We all got to go to the parade. It was super fun.
It's easy to say that. Did that grow your love for baseball early on, being able to be a part of that and so close to an MLB team?
Absolutely.
You know, it's hard not to want to get into baseball, right?
It's just, there's something about baseball that there's nothing else like it. I mean,
right. Was there an MLB player that you...
108 years, you don't win a World Series.
Right.
And then they win it, and everyone goes crazy. It was fun. It was super cool.
Was there an MLB player that you emulated your swing? You know, you play outfield. We talked about Ellie De La Cruz. You emulate that. Was there a different player growing up that you wanted to be like?
I always like to watch YouTube videos of Ken Griffey Jr. He's probably my favorite hitter to ever watch. I wouldn't necessarily say I emulated my swing off his, but
Back here from Veterans Field on the Gatemen Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV. Ethan Eibe alongside Kyle Marchak, our sideline reporter Madison Walker, our producers tonight, Allison DeWitt and Joe Henry. We go to the top of the 6th inning. Gatemen coming back up to the dish, and the bottom third of the order due up between Eli Putnam, Nate Early, and Colby Turner. A 4-2 Gatemen lead here. All 4 runs coming on one swing of the bat from Brendan Summerhill. A grand slam in the 2nd inning. Chatham 1 run apiece in the 1st and 5th frames, but the Gatemen would like to get some distance going as Putnam faces Pierce George. And the first pitch buzzes the tower and heads to the backstop. Sailed over everybody's head there.
Yeah, it's the 2nd time we've seen Pierce George start an inning like this. Guy was really firm stuff, but I don't know, sometimes he can be wild.
George took over in the middle of the 2nd inning for Liam Paddock. The Gonzaga right-hander was taken out rather early after an inning and a third. 1-0. Putnam swings and misses. Changeup on the inner half. It's been 3 2/3 out of the pen for George. He was only charged with 1 of those runs as he came in with the bases loaded and surrendered the grand slam to Summerhill. Check swing from Putnam, and the home plate umpire, Jeff Merzell, says he went around. 1-2. Darker skies settling over Veterans Hill Field here as Putnam cuts and misses for strike 3. Another breaking ball had him out in front as George dispatches him for out number 1.
Yeah, these bats got to get going. They've been held scoreless ever since that grand slam in the 2nd, and have only gotten 1 hit since then, too. So time to start stringing some hits together, seeing what they can do in order to threaten extending this 2-run lead.
And that 1 hit belongs to the man coming up to the plate now, Nate Early, who doubled in the 4th. Little conference on the mound here between George and his catcher, Campbell Smithwick. Defense remains the same for the Chatham Anglers. John Bay in left, Austin Overin in center, Ashton Larson in right. Infield on the left side is Eibe Arquette at 3rd, Kyle Lodice at short. It's Jaden Davis at 2nd, Luke Cantwell at 1st, with Smithwick behind the dish. So Early at the dish, base is empty, 1 away. The pitch, swing and a miss. Ball ankle high. Off-speed missing bats here for strike 1. 4-2 Gatemen in the top of the 6th inning. George nods for the sign from Smithwick. Into the windup he deals. And down low again, 1-1 to Early. All 3 of Early's hits this season have been of the extra base variety and 3 doubles. 1-1 coming. Outside, 2 balls and a strike. It's Colby Turner on deck. If anybody reaches, we'll see Brendan Summerhill. Bat for Early. Wagging behind his helmet. The 2-1. Line into right field. Down a base hit. Early. Second hit of the ball game.
Now batting.
Single with one out brings up Colby Turner.
Stay hot, kid. Finding another one and just roping it through the right side.
Of 3 straight pitches low in the zone. And nearly took advantage of that as Turner looks down for the signs from his third base coach, Mike Mobbs. Climbs into the right-handed box to face the righty on the mound in Pierce George. Ball and glove belt high. George deals, and it hits Turner. Or was it foul? Nope. They do award him first base. That ball, I believe, got him in the hand or arm area on the left side. I thought for a second it might have hit the knob of the bat, but Turner didn't immediately show any signs of pain either.
Yeah, he kind of just froze at a pitch that looked like it, I don't know, nicked his hand, perhaps. And, hey, we'll take it. I mean, that's 2 straight base runners after a leadoff strikeout. So, again, now's a chance to bring that momentum.
Before the Brendan Summerhill at bat, we'll see a visit here for the Chatham Anglers. See if this is the end of the line for Pierce George. He was given the Anglers plenty out of the bullpen today, 4 innings. And it looks like this will be the end of the night for George. Bullpen arm jogging in, a right-hander for the Anglers coming in from their bullpen down the left field line. So we'll step aside here for the moment. Runners on first and second, 1 away in the top of the 6th for the Gatemen. The score, Wareham 4, Chatham 2 from Veterans Field. This is the Gatemen Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV.
Welcome into our first edition of the Wareham Walk-Off in 2024. And our first guest, as we get to know you, is Tony Pluta, a right-handed pitcher out of Arizona. You ready to roll?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, Tony. Well, you're from Chicago, so what brought you out west to Arizona?
So my recruiting coordinator at Arizona knew my high school coach really well and knows that whole area very well. So it's just kind of how I got connected with them.
Gotcha. So they reached out to you in high school. You told me you topped out at 95 in high school, so pretty easy to get noticed?
Yeah, that definitely helps. But, you know, going to all the tournaments and all that kind of thing helps.
Okay, well, on top of that, you've developed some accolades in your short career in college baseball so far. You were in the Northwoods last year, and then college ball treated you well in 2024. Your spring was pretty fun. How about that Pac-12 championship? What was that like?
It was amazing, especially being the last Pac-12 championship. It was an awesome feeling to win the last Pac-12 game ever.
Yeah, and then Brendan Summerhill, your Gateman teammate, hit the walk-off. So is it cool to share that moment with your Summer teammate as well?
Oh yeah, it's great. Every moment with Summer is something special, so it's great to have a teammate like that.
Speaking of Summer, you've been to a lot of different baseball destinations. This is kind of your first one for an extended period of time out east. Where does Wareham rank all time?
It's pretty great. I mean, the Northwoods was definitely its own thing, but I love Wareham. It's a great spot to be.
Yeah, it's been fun so far. We made it to home plate, so my final question for you, what's the goal this summer?
Just pitch well, throw strikes, and get guys out.
Awesome. Thank you, Tony.
Thanks, Kyle.
That's our first edition of the Wareham Walk-Off. We'll catch you guys next week.
Back here at Veterans Field, new arm on the mound for the Chatham Anglers in a crucial spot. It is Tyler Kozera, the right-hander out of the University of Central Florida. The score, Wareham 4, Chatham 2 here in the top of the 6th inning. 1 away and 2 runners on. It's Nate Early at second, Colby Turner at first with Brendan Summerhill coming up. Gatemen looking to get some distance here, Kyle.
Big time. After that grand slam back in the second, they've only had a couple of hits since, both of which belonging to the same guy, Nate Early, who stands on second right now. I mean, just a massive, massive chance to get some insurance runs, and they need it. I mean, they're only up by 2.
Summerhill has had the key hit tonight. It was the grand slam, his first homer of the season. Came back in the 2nd inning on the very first pitch that he saw. Also had a base hit earlier this evening, so he's 2 for 3. Bounced out to second right after the grand slam. As Kozera finishes up his final warm-up pitches, tell you a little bit more about him. 6'3", 215, just wrapped up his freshman year at UCF in Orlando. Originally a Pittsburgh native. Decent freshman season for him as well. Missed the first half due to injury, but when he came back, he was lights out for the Knights. 1.5 ERA, best among all UCF pitchers, and allowed just 2 earned runs this year through 7 appearances. And so that will bring up Brendan Summerhill. It's the 3rd appearance for Kozera, 3 innings to this point in the young season. Summerhill batting from the left side against the righty on the mound. 1st and 2nd, 1 away here in the top of the 6th inning. 4-2 Gatemen. First pitch to Summerhill. Shows bunt, gets a piece, and it fouled straight into the screen.
This is the 3rd time Summerhill's introduced a pitcher to the ballgame. He's the first batter for all 3 of them.
That's true. Both times he's greeted a pitcher he's gotten on base. Kozera looks at second and deals. And Summerhill starts to go around, holds up as that one's down for a ball. They check down at third base. They say no swing. After Summerhill, you've got Bobby Bozer. Terrific opportunity here for the Gatemen to expand their 2-run lead. Kozera ready to roll. Deals. Outside, 2-1. Summerhill is always rocking the high socks. Those gray pants rolled up at the knee. The blue socks out here to play. Two-one on the way. Down and in, it scoots away from the catcher Smithwick, and both runners advance. Should be a wild pitch on Kozera. Early to third, Turner to second here.
It's big stuff. Base running's been heads up today. 4 stolen bases, moving on any chance they can. And now you got 2 guys in scoring position with 1 out. Huge, huge chance to extend their lead.
And the infield is in here for the Anglers. Everybody just about even with the infield grass. A base hit here could plate 2 for Summerhill. Kozera's 3-1. Broken bat, liner, fair down the left field line. This should score them both. Here comes Early. Turner around third. Summerhill digging for 2. He is in there. A 2-run double for Brendan Summerhill. Make it 6 ribbies on the night for the Arizona outfielder and a 6-2 Gatemen lead.
Clutch as it gets. I mean, he really fought off a tough pitch there and still placed it just inside the bag. And that dude was motoring when he got 2 runs to score. Not to mention it, knock on wood, he's a triple away from the cycle.
Hey, good point right there. This is a pretty expansive veterans field as well, so could be done reasonably as Bobby Bozer steps in. The Gatemen cash in once again. Brendan Summerhill showing why Smythe trusts him at the top of the order. Righty against righty. Summerhill at second with 1 out. Kozera comes home. Summerhill breaks for third. The pitch in the dirt for a ball. Summerhill goes to third. He starts around towards home and now puts on the brakes. Ooh, he was getting greedy there potentially, but he'll settle for the extra 90 feet.
He was thinking about it.
He was off on the pitch, so I have to think it's going to be ruled a stolen base for him, even though the ball was in the dirt and got away from Smithwick. Corner infielders in for the Anglers with only 1 down. Bozer with a 1-0 count. Kozera ready, here it is. An inside strike, fastball pinpoint. A 6-2 Gatemen lead here with 1 away in the top of the 6th inning. Bobby Bozer looking to add on. 1-1. Cut on and missed. A high strike there. 1-2 on the Gatemen second baseman.
Infield in. They practice this stuff.
Odise and Davis, the middle infielders, not quite even with the grass, just a few steps behind, but the corners are in. 1-2 to Bozer. Fastball inside. Count even at 2-2.
Just a ball in play here. Big insurance run. Once you get it to 5 runs, that feels pretty comfortable.
Kozera has the sign from Smithwick. Bozer ready. Summerhill off of third, the 2-2. It is inside, it gets away, and here comes Summerhill. Now wait a minute here. So that ball didn't hit Bozer? If not, then that's probably a pass ball on Smithwick.
Yeah, and the run's going to count.
So Summerhill makes it 7-2 as that ball got away from Smithwick yet again. Gatemen taking advantage of every Chatham mistake that they can. So 3-2 count to Bobby Bozer, but first a meeting on the mound between Smithwick and his pitcher Kozera. Maybe a cross-up happened there.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like he just missed that pitch on the inside edge, and good time for that fire truck to appear in right center, trying to put out this fire for the Anglers.
Very true. That firehouse sits just over the hill beyond right field across the street. We're told that when the fog rolls through here at Chatham, you can't even see the firehouse, which doesn't seem like a possibility, but apparently it is. The 3-2. Bozer watches it outside, ball 4. So a one-out walk, and the Gatemen have yet another base runner aboard here with Murph Gray coming up.
And look at this dog to our right.
Oh my goodness.
I'm pretty certain that's a Burmese mountain dog, right?
I give you my full blessing to put the headset down and go verify that. Get on it. Investigative reporter Kyle Marchak is in full action tonight. Murph Gray at the plate, runner on first and one gone. First pitch to him is fouled back over the screen and over the first base side bleachers. Heads to the parking lot. All right, Kyle is petting the dog. This is a good sign. Friendship has been created. He may never come back. 0-1 to Gray. Kozera throws to first. Bozer dives back in safely. It's a 7-2 Gatemen lead here. They've put up 3 runs in the 6th. 2 of them thanks to Brendan Summerhill. A 2-run double he just scored on a wild pitch. But the Gatemen looking for more here with only 1 gone. Gray's 1 for 2 tonight. Another throw to first. Bit closer this time, but Bozer safe again. And Kyle Marchak returns with hopefully a pleasant report.
Thea, the Bernese mountain dog.
Oh, my goodness.
And she knows how to shake hands.
Really?
Yeah, one of the sweetest pups I've met today.
Did you shake her hand?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah. Wow.
Big girl, 107 pounds.
Oh, I love it.
Really good with kids.
107 pounds of pure love and affection as Murph Gray watches one inside, 1-1.
Just like our producer, Joe Henry. He says, not me, what he says. He said, oh, that's me.
Oh, my goodness.
So let me clarify, that was not my idea.
Joe, oh, boy. You got me there, buddy. 1-1 to Murph. Kozera ready and deals. Gray, a ground ball towards second. 3 hops there, picked up, shovels to short for 1. Lodis the turn, they got them both. 4-6-3, Davis to Lodis to Cantwell. Murph Gray into the double play to conclude matters here in the 6th, but quite the inning the Gatemen had. A 2-run double from Brendan Summerhill. He scores on a wild pitch, and we met a Burmese mountain dog as well. So we go bottom of 6 here at Chatham. The score, Wareham 7 and the Anglers 2 on the Gatemen Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
When you need to be seen for a minor illness or injury, Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care is here for you with high-quality, full-service walk-in care. ER expertise meets urgent care convenience at our 6 urgent care centers, which are staffed by board-certified ER providers and located Cape-wide from Falmouth to Orleans. Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care is open daily and offers a cost-saving option for everything from sprains to stitches, with timely treatment in under an hour for most patients. View online wait times at capecodhealth.org/urgent care. Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care. Minor emergencies, major attention.
Back here on the Gatemen Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV. It's a nice one tonight at Veterans Field and a 7-2 Gatemen lead, heading bottom of 6. As Sam Meddert chose the rubber here for the Gatemen. He'll pitch to the bottom third of the Anglers' order. Here's Ashton Larson. He'll be followed by Jaden Davis and Campbell Smithwick. 3 runs in the top of the 6th for the Gatemen to extend their lead as Meddert goes to work. And a called strike here on the left-handed hitter Larson for strike 1. Ethan, I've now joined by our sideline reporter Madison Walker. It's great to have you on the actual broadcast here, not just for a mid-inning hit.
Hello, Ethan. I'm so happy to be here. Wow, I can't wait to do some more color with you, throw back to freshman year.
I know. Can you believe that?
I love this. This is so fun.
Swing and a miss. Larson down 0-2. It was just 2.5 years ago you and I began our lives as college students as the University of Florida for the Gators.
The greatest memories, the Gator baseball games on the radio.
I know.
You can't have anything better.
And here we are in the Cape Cod League.
Mama, we made it.
Yes, indeed. The 0-2 from Meddert in the dirt. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So, Madison, I guess a question for you that I'll start with. Give me a couple of players that have given you the best stories so far, that you enjoy talking to the most before the games.
Best stories. You know what? I got to go Faulkner for number 1. He just really likes to yap, and it makes my job that much easier. You know, I like that he gives detail. I think that's fun.
1-2, just down low. That slider missing narrowly. 2-2 to Larson, who's 2 for 2 today. Chatham hasn't scored this an inning ago. 1 run in the 1st and the 5th innings. Same amount of hits, though, 6 apiece. Meddert deals the 2-2, and it misses up a full count. So, Faulkner, who else?
I gotta go Gray. Murph is a fun interview. Anytime I ask him, what's your favorite dance move, what's this, what's that, he'll do it.
Okay.
He is no fear, and I like that. I like that. That makes my job easier, too. It's even more fun.
3-2 the count to Ashton Larson. Meddert got him swinging. Fastball up, and Larson couldn't hang off of it. So 1 out on the first batter of the Meddert outing. Goes down on the strikeout. Here's Jaden Davis out of Vanderbilt. Now, beyond the baseball questions that you ask these guys every day, I love when you ask things that pertain to off-the-field matters, the really important stuff.
Like, do you know the Muffin Man?
That especially. The Muffin Man?
The Muffin
The Muffin Man. This one behind the plate goes off the bat of Davis on the foul tip.
I have to ask Ethan if he'll do his King Julian impression for you on the air. Maybe call this next pitch.
Oh, I don't know
King
about
Julian
that.
For the fans.
Maybe. Or for you. Which one, is that what you want?
More than if you want to make it about me, I'll be selfish.
Gerald out to visit with Sam Meddert after that first pitch was fouled away from Jaden Davis. Besides the Muffin Man thing,
right?
You've also asked players about their favorite cupcake flavor, what shows they like to binge watch. That's the stuff that really, I think, gets you closer with the players.
Pecan.
Yes.
That was a big one.
Yes. Getting those controversies down and out, getting to know what side of the aisle they stand on as this one misses inside. 1-1 the count to Jaden Davis, who's 1 for 2 tonight. Single and a ground out to third.
For anyone listening, pecan is the only right answer.
You're objectively and morally incorrect. Pecan. 1-1 pitch outside.
What if pecan't?
You can't say it like that.
Oh,
okay.
Wow.
2-1.
Wow.
Pecan pie. Pecan pie. No.
Pecan.
Pecan pie.
Pecan pie. That's a pecan tree.
No.
Right? Coach Ryan Smythe says it's pecan.
2-1, a ground ball to the right side, and through a base hit to right field for Jaden Davis. He rounds the bag and heads back as Kobe Turner gets it back to the infield. So a man on first now with 1 away in the bottom half of the 6th. The score 7-2 Gatemen here at Veterans Field. Here's Campbell Smithwick. Yeah, I just don't agree. That's all I have to say about that.
Half of the team agrees with me in that video.
Oh, did they now? Actually,
So I'm thinking it's pecan.
Okay.
So I just got a call.
You got a call?
And they said, we want Ethan to do his King Julian impression.
Yeah, no one said
so
that.
weird.
This
I was like,
ball
oh my gosh.
squeaks away from Gerald, and up to second base goes Jaden Davis. Who said that? You have to give names.
His name is Kyle Marchak.
Oh, Kyle Marchak rang you. Okay.
It was so weird. I was like, oh my gosh, you were just doing this. And he was like, I just have to like call you and let you know I'm listening.
So first he leaves me for a whole half inning with you, and then he asks me to do my King Julian
It's like
impression.
this man never stops.
He's constantly pulling the strings behind it all.
Mhm.
Go meet another dog while you're at it, Kyle.
I saw a Bernese Mountain Dog down there.
Yeah, we actually we were yapping about that last
I'm
inning.
sitting
Actually,
next to a white golden retriever named Scout. She's beautiful.
that's awesome. We've had 3 different dogs on the broadcast today. It's been great.
Oh, that's great news.
Want to know the count to Campbell Smithwick? It's Jaden Davis at second with 1 away. Meddert looks at second. Now comes home. And a ground ball left side towards short. Jimenez charges, glove side, sets his feet and throws to first, and it is in time. Bit of a late call there, but a 6-3 putout retires Smithwick back to the top of the order for Austin Overn as Davis advances to third. Fine. I will cave for at least one pitch.
Okay, I'm ready. I hope the audience is ready.
You're doing you're filming this? That's very unfortunate.
Here's Austin Overn. King Julian, please throw a strike. The pitch. Up and outside ball 1 to King Julian.
That's it. That's all you get.
It was amazing, and it was everything that I could have asked for.
I'm glad you enjoyed that. King Julian is a character from the Penguins of Madagascar, for those who are wondering what the heck that was. And you will never again hear that on the air. Maybe on Vine. 1-0. Outside. 2 balls and no strikes. The things you make me do, Madison Walker. Goodness.
I had to give the people what they wanted. Even our broadcast, our producers are laughing. That was amazing.
Well, yeah, you all understand what that was.
It was
the
amazing.
rest of the population, however, the 2-0. Up for ball 3. Over and at the plate, the leadoff man for Chatham. Runner at third with 2 outs. It's a 7-2 Gatemen lead in the 6th. Sam Meddert of St. John's looking to send this game to the 7th. 3-0 the count to Over. He deals. And a fastball, get me over, called a strike. So you have that video now, which is all of the, what's the word I'm looking for? The blackmail that you could ever want and hope for.
And it's going to go in the group chat with all the Gatemen
Oh,
interns
that's
to
just,
enjoy.
That's terrific. My night gets better. The 3-1, swing and a miss. And now a full count to Austin Overn. It's been that kind of night here at Chatham. And a beautiful night at that here at Veterans Field. 70 degrees. Gets down into the high 60s tonight. Cloudless night sky. Payoff. Swing and a miss. Sam Meddert. Terrific job getting out of the jam. He strands the runner on third base and retires Over. And here to conclude the 6th inning, it's a 7-2 Wareham lead. And while you're at it, Madison Walker, let's send it down to you with your latest sideline hit.
Why, thank you, Ethan. I feel even more motivated now that I have your King Julian video by my side. But with this new change on the mound, we had Malstead, we have Sam. I think that's definitely turning this game around for us. But let's talk about Brendan Summerhill. RBI double. I mean, every single one of these runs has been him, RBIs, and 1 run was his. Have yourself a night, Summerhill. This is insane. And the broken bat earlier, too. I mean, everything you could want. He's had amazing plays out there in center field. Like, some things that could have been home runs robbed by him. I think he's really doing great tonight. After that off day, maybe he needed it. He needed it to kind of regroup and get locked in. First home run of the season from him, and a grand slam at that. I mean, I love it. I can't wait to see more of that this summer. What are you thinking?
Absolutely. You know, Brendan Summerhill's been that spark plug at the top of the order. You knew he had the power in there to leave the yard. He's come so close on a number of occasions this year, hitting balls off the wall, spraying it to the gaps, but finally got one that he could elevate and motivate. And that's exactly what he did.
I like that. Elevate and motivate. And it was a grand slam. Just 1 run wasn't enough for him. Solo shot wasn't enough.
Yes, that's right. And then, of course, he added on that 2-run double on the broken bat squibber down the left field line. So he's got 6 ribbies tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Going to have to find the last time we saw that for a Wareham Gatemen. It's a 7-2 lead here. We've talked through the break, so we'll keep with it here as we go to the top half of the 7th. Gatemen coming right back up. And it looks like Maddie's day is done on the air here.
I enjoyed talking to you all, and I hope you enjoyed the Muffin Man and King Julian impression. Don't worry, I'll be back soon.
What Muffin Man? The Muffin Man?
The Muffin Man?
Okay. Madison hands it back off to Kyle Marchak. Thanks for leaving me for a whole half inning. That was really wonderful of you.
Hey, no problem. You want me to do it again?
No. Well, yeah, maybe.
I heard Joe might stop by.
Oh, really? Okay. Wait. Which Joe? Henry or Wisniewski?
Joe who? Wisniewski.
Oh, I would love to have that as Antonio Jimenez digs in, shows bunt, and he fouls it off at the plate. It collected the catcher's mask as well as the umpire's chest protector. So a 0-1 count to Jimenez here. Sam White, Jacob Jarrell. That's who the Gatemen have coming up here in the 7th. Jimenez bounced into a double play his last time. Oh, 1 pitch. Outside.
So what did I miss?
You missed my King Julian impression. You missed another terrific Madison sideline hit. I mean, she's been doing wonderful with that this year.
As expected.
1-1. Jimenez watches a breaking ball at the knees. 1 into the count.
I met another dog.
Did you now?
Her name is Scout. She's a golden retriever and was sound asleep over in the right side bleachers.
Okay, well, that's wonderful. The 1-2 misses in. 2-2 now to Jimenez. There's so many pups around here. We saw plenty at Orleans a couple days ago, and it's wonderful that Veterans Park is full of them.
I can't bear it.
Yeah. I mean, it's so hard. It's hard enough to stay on task. Calling a baseball game and all. And before the 2-2, time called by the home plate umpire. Jimenez steps out, adjusts his batting gloves, and he'll climb back in with a 2-2 count. Bases clear, nobody out in the top of the 7th inning. Gatemen put up 3 in the 6th, adding on to their lead. Brendan Summerhill, a 2-run double, later scored on a wild pitch. 6 ribbies tonight for the Arizona outfielder. 2-2. In the dirt. Jimenez now working with a full count.
This dude's just been putting together major league at-bats. He's already walked the board today. A couple of putouts since then. He's still searching for his first knock, but still an on-base machine.
Righty against the righty. Jimenez digs back in. Kozera ready. He deals. The payoff is grounded up the third base line and foul. It might have hit off of Jimenez's foot.
Yeah, I was going to say, judging by his reaction, it must have been off his foot because that ball was actually dancing on the chalk.
So the count stays where it is, 3-2 to Jimenez. Gatemen looking for their 6th win in a row and first win here at Veterans Field since July 2021. Payoff again. Inside, and a called strike 3. Another delayed call by the home plate umpire throws me off as Jimenez down looking for out number 1.
Very delayed.
Left fielder number 33, Sam White.
So that brings up Sam White. It was a nice fastball from Kozera, dotted the inner half. So here's White. 0 for 2 tonight. A walk and 2 strikeouts. First pitch swinging, chopper up the middle. Charging over the shortstop Lodis. Throw to first in plenty of time for out number 2. Nice play by Lodis up the middle. Fielded that ball right in front of the second base bag and made the throw with his momentum carrying him towards first.
Yeah, infields on both sides have been very sound. Any errors that we've seen have been from behind the plate. And you know what? I think a well-manicured infield here at Veterans Field definitely makes a difference, too.
Here's Jacob Jarrell. Bases clear and 2 away. And he swings and misses at the first offering from Kozera. Change of pace, playing off the stone dust for these Gatemen.
Oh, yeah.
0-1. Jarrell, a ground ball left side. Picked up on 3 hops by Arquette. Throw to first. They got him there. A 1-2-3 inning for Tyler Kozera. here in the 7th. Gatemen retain their 7-2 lead. Heading to the bottom of the 7th at Veterans Field, it's time to stand and sing here at Chatham on the Gatemen Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV.
Whatever your technology needs are, Secure One can help. Learn more at SecureOne.com. SecureWON.com.
The Wareham-based AD Makepeace Company, founded in 1854, is North America's largest cranberry grower, the largest private property owner in eastern Massachusetts, and a recognized leader in environmentally responsible real estate development and stewardship. For 170 years, AD Makepeace Company has supported community events and organizations like your Wareham Gatemen. Visit admakepeace.com to learn more.
Attention baseball fans, are you ready to hit a financial home run? PCT Federal Credit Union is here tonight to make your dreams of home ownership and driving off in that new car a reality. Their unbeatable low rates on mortgage and auto loans are a win for everybody. Whether you're rounding the bases to buy your first home or looking to upgrade your ride, PCT Federal Credit Union has got your back. Swing by their tent before you leave or visit their website to learn more about how they can help you step up to the plate and score big on your financial goals.
The AD Makepeace Company also owns and operates Reed Custom Soils, the area's leading manufacturer of custom soils, including CU structural soil and Rooflight certified green roof media. Reed Custom Soil is also a manufacturer and distributor of baseball infield mix and conditioners. To learn more, visit www.reedcustomsoils.com.
All right, we are back here at Veterans Field in Chatham, Massachusetts. A wonderful night here in the Cape Cod Baseball League sends us to the bottom half of the 7th. Just had a bunch of kids sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" here as Sam Meddert gets back on the hill with a 7-2 lead for the Wareham Gatemen. Ethan Eibe here, now joined by the assistant president of the Wareham Gatemen. Oh, it's been a long time coming. We welcome to the broadcast my good friend, Joseph Wisniewski. It's great to have you, Joe.
Ethan, the pleasure is all mine. I'm ecstatic to join you here and watch some great baseball tonight.
It's been a terrific last couple of games for these Gatemen, winners of 5 in a row, looking for 6 tonight as Kyle Lodis steps in. Ike Irish and John Bay do up as well, 2, 3, and 4 for the Anglers. Second inning in relief of Sam Meddert. Right-hander out of St. John's, ready and deals. And Lodis swings and misses over the top for strike 1. So, Joe, what's it been like from your perspective watching this team from the dugout or from the baselines here these last couple of games?
It's been a lot of fun. I mean, the bats are on fire. The pitchers are throwing well. It seems like almost every day. The fielding's been top-notch. I mean, I think we're just making teams have to play good baseball against us. Teams seem to have a lot of errors, play a little bit of small ball at times, and we're hot. We might be the hottest team in the Cape, some are saying.
Yeah, we might just be. The 0-2, line towards third. Gray a dive. It goes off his glove and trickles into shallow left. Lodis turns the corner, starts towards second, now puts on the brakes as Sam White gets it back to the infield. Thought about stretching it to a double, but he will settle with a base hit here to begin the 7th inning. So, Joe,
go ahead.
No, what were you going to say, my friend?
Here we go, Ike Irish.
Yeah?
Played a little high school baseball against him. One of the top catchers in the country from Auburn.
Yep. So you know your stuff about these guys.
Not all of them. Not as well as I do on Ike, but I know some.
Ike fouls the first pitch back for strike 1.
Your game notes help me every day.
That's nice to hear.
The Ethan Ive game notes come through in the morning. I'm like, let's go, baby. Let's go. Another Gateman game day.
Does that fire you up in the morning?
Of course it does.
Oh, my. That's nice to hear, for sure. 0-1 pitch. Irish watches strike 2 go by at the knees. So, Joe, you're the assistant president. Give me your day-to-day. What do you actually do for this team?
That's a really good question, Ethan. I don't know if I can even say I have a normal day-to-day, but every day I'm in at least like 11:30, 12 o'clock at the field, do some laundry, some work in the locker room with Dan Roach, the assistant GM. After that, I'm kind of just around at the field, getting the field ready for the game, doing whatever little errands they need me to do, and
1-2 pitch. Irish a chopper to first. Putnam has it. Throws to second 1. Jimenez return throw. Gets away from Meddert. Sails towards the backstop, or to the dugout rather, and they will award Irish with second base as the ball went out of play.
From Austin P, number 10.
But yeah, I'm kind of just running around doing whatever the team needs me to do, doing some little errands for the president, Mr. Glenn Hannington, and I oversee, the first pitch, national anthem, and play ball activities before the game. So besides that, it's just a little bit of whatever they need me to do.
Might have to staple some game notes every now and again.
Yeah, staple some game notes, print a lot of roster sheets off.
Looks like we're going to have ourselves a pinch runner here as Ike Irish is being swapped out. This is Chase Cruson taking over as the pinch runner out of Duke. Now transferring to UCF. So runner at second, one away here in the bottom of the seventh. It's a 7-2 Gateman lead over Chatham. And we're here with the assistant president of the Wareham Gatemen, Joseph Wisniewski, who attends the University of Michigan. What year will you be going into?
Heading into my junior year in the fall. Excited to be back up in Ann Arbor, the reigning national champs.
That's right. Here's John Bay. First pitch misses down and outside, ball one. You have some playing experience yourself at a particularly high level that most aren't aware of. Is that so?
Yes. What, you're talking Little League World Series?
Oh, that's exactly what I'm talking about. The 0-1, or the 1-0 rather, is outside for ball two. You were at the Little League World Series. What year was that?
2017.
2017. What Little League were you a part of?
Grosse Pointe Wood Shores Little League.
In Michigan?
In Michigan, an absolute powerhouse. District 6.
District 6. 2-0. There's a called strike on John Bay, 2-1. What position were you?
Outfield. I was an outfielder.
Okay.
I could slide in second base if they needed me.
Runner at second takes his lead. That's Cruson. Metter deals.
Nice.
Check swing from Bay. He did go around. It's 2-2. So what was Williamsport like then? What was that whole experience like?
Oh, it was crazy. I mean, as a 12-year-old and you have kids coming up asking you to sign autographs for them, it's like, what is this? What's going on? But yeah, I mean, it's awesome. All the attention you get and getting to play in like sold out stadiums as a 12-year-old. It's just a really good experience.
2-2, tapper to short. Picked up by Jimenez. Slings to first. Got him there. 2 gone. Up to third base goes Cruson.
Jimenez has been sharp in the field all season, hasn't he, Ethan?
Yeah, he's played some solid defense. He's got a wide range over there at short. Strong arm as well. And it'll be Eibe Arquette for Chatham here, looking to keep this 7th inning alive. Runner at third and 2 away. It's a 7-2 lead for the Gatemen. Arquette looking to drive in the runner 90 feet away. Sam Mettert looking for his second clean inning of relief. Third pitcher of the day for the Gatemen. Misses outside for ball one. So it's my hope and dream to one day make it to ESPN.
Sure.
But you have already made your ESPN debut.
I made a couple debuts. I wouldn't say I crushed them or anything. I was a quick, like, one-liner type of guy, but you'll get there someday. I have all my faith in you.
A called strike 1-1. Well, I do appreciate that, but you were actually interviewed on one of those Little League World Series broadcasts, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Who are you interviewed by?
Ed Enverk and Tim Kirchen.
Wow, those are two pretty good guys right there.
Yes.
1-1. Arquette starts to go around as the ball was in the dirt. No swing. It's a 2-1 count on the Chatham third baseman. Must be pretty overwhelming. You're talking to millions of people on ESPN, but this is a little bit more low-key, despite being the top collegiate summer ball you can find.
A little bit more low-key, for sure. It's probably a little more enjoyable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The 2-1. There's a called strike. It goes to 2-2. Anyone you want to say hi to while we're hanging out here?
I know my parents, my mom and dad and sister are all tuned in right now listening. I told them I was coming on in the bottom of the 7th, so they told me that you guys gave a little hint at me coming on, so they were like, you got to do it, you got to do it.
We had talked about the possibility. The 2-2 count to Arquette, the pitch, and just off the plate, 3-2 now.
No fog out here tonight. There was some chatter of maybe fog coming out, but you can't ask for a better night.
Yeah, this has been wonderful. They did have a fog out yesterday after the 5th inning.
Yeah, I saw that. That's crazy.
Payoff pitch. Arquette, ground ball to short. Jimenez, sure-handed has it. Easy throw, and they got him by a step and a half. Nice 6-3 put out there to conclude matters here in the bottom half of the 7th. A 7-2 Gatemen lead. Joseph Wisniewski, this is not the last time you will be on the broadcast this year.
Yes, sir. I'll be back on soon.
Okay, Joe.
Thanks for
It's been
having
an
me on.
absolute pleasure, as always. We'll go to the top of the 8th here from Chatham. 7-2 Gatemen here on the Gatemen Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV.
I'm Jesse Simmons.
And I'm Brendan Summerhill.
And this is Catching Up with the Gatemen. All right, so Brendan, junior, Arizona. From Chicago, though. Tell me a little about that. You said we talked about you grew up not far from Wrigley Field. What was that like growing up?
Yeah, a mile away from Wrigley. It was special. When the Cubs won in 2016, I really realized how cool it was to be a Cubs fan.
Right.
The entire north side of the city was partying for like, I mean, a week straight. I was in 7th grade. School got canceled the next day. We all got to go to the parade. It was super fun.
It's easy to say that. Did that grow your love for baseball early on, being able to be a part of that and so close to an MLB team?
Absolutely.
You know, it's hard not to want to get into baseball, right?
It's just, there's something about baseball that there's nothing else like it. I mean,
right. Was there an MLB player that you...
108 years, you don't win a World Series.
Right.
And then they win it, and everyone goes crazy. It was fun. It was super cool.
Was there an MLB player that you emulated your swing? You know, you play outfield. We talked about Ellie De La Cruz. You emulate that. Was there a different player growing up that you wanted to be like?
I always like to watch YouTube videos like Ken Griffey Jr. He's probably my favorite hitter to ever watch. I wouldn't necessarily say I emulated my swing off his, but...
Back here on the Gatemen Baseball Network, it's the top of the 8th inning, a 7-2 Gatemen lead here from Veterans Field in Chatham. It's been a beautiful night and a beautiful outing for these Gatemen. 7 runs on 6 hits. They've been out-hit by Chatham. There are 2 runs coming on 8 hits. Ethan, I'm now joined back by my typical broadcast partner and competent professional, Kyle Marchak. As Eli Putnam starts to bunt, pulls it back. It's a called strike 1.
Typical's a way to describe me, I guess.
Well, you are typically on the air with me, but you are anything but typical.
Right. There we go.
That's what I would say. As this one down low, Putnam with a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Bottom third of the order due up for the Gatemen. After Putnam, we'll see Nate Early and Colby Turner, barring any pinch hitting appearances. 1-1. Putnam watches strike 2 at the knees. 6 RBI tonight for Brendan Summerhill. Grand slam in the 2nd. 2-run double in the 6th. He also scored on a wild pitch, so it's been all summer tonight. Swing and a miss. Putnam, or check that, it's a foul tip. Putnam got a piece of it to stay alive. It's still 1-2. He's looking for his first hit of the day. 0 for 3, a couple of strikeouts for him. We thank Joseph Wisniewski for his time. That was truly a wonderful experience, and we know he'll be back.
Yeah, my guy was just above the moon to be on air today.
Yeah. One and 2 the count to Putnam. Here it is. And he gets some swinging this time around. Kozera fans Putnam for out number 1.
This kid's been throwing some good stuff. It's kind of restarted that blank that they had going after the 3 spot back in the 5th.
It's been 2 relievers that have carried the load today for Chatham. Pierce George took over in the 2nd, was replaced in the 5th inning by Kozera. He was working in his 3rd frame now as he deals to Nate Early. First pitch yanked towards first on a couple of hops there for Cantwell. He'll take it to the bag himself for out number 2. A 1-pitch out and 2 gone in the 8th.
The right fielder, number 12.
Yeah, they just can't seem to square his stuff up right now.
6 straight batters retired by Kozera. Colby Turner, the 9-hole hitter, steps up with the bases empty and 2 away. It's a 7-2 Gatemen lead here in the top of the 8th. Gatemen looking for their 6th win in a row. It will be the first time since 2016 that they have accomplished that feat. First offering to Turner, down and inside for ball 1. That 2016 streak actually went 8 games in a row with a Gatemen win. July 17th through the 27th. Right at the end of the season. 1-0. Turner gets a piece and chops it foul at home plate. 1-1. Turner tonight hit by a pitch twice. Also bounced out to third. He has scored twice. 1-1. Down and outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Mostly vacated berm now out there in right and center fields. Veterans Field not quite as buzzing as it was earlier tonight, as Turner watches strike 2 go by, 2-1. Still, quite a few folks here to watch this ball game.
Still a good crowd.
A lot of kids hustling around. Of course, we've talked all about the dogs tonight, as the 2-2 again outside. A full count now to Colby Turner. Michigan's Turner looking to keep this inning alive for the Gatemen. Kozera looking for his second straight 1-2-3 frame. Right-hander ready and deals. Turner bangs this one out to left center field. Gasparino going after it. Dives. He can't get it. It one hops off the wall. Colby Turner's got extra bases, and he pulls into second with a stand-up 2-out, 2-bagger.
Man, this team just continues to find gaps. I mean, they hit the ball hard, but they just well place it. You know, in the left center field gap especially, we've seen a lot of righties this year for the Gatemen just line them. And there's another one, big one for Turner, too, to kind of break out of a small slump.
He's only hitting 3 for 18 entering play. He has himself his second extra base hit of the season, also tripled. Now on second base here with 2 gone in the top of the 8th. Back to the top of the order for the man Chatham doesn't want to face, Brendan Summerhill. First pitch to him. Down and inside for ball 1. Defensive change in center. Austin Overend replaced by Will Gasparino before this half inning began. It's the only defensive change for Chatham. Kozera looking at second. Turner dancing off the bag. The 1-0. Summerhill cracks one high and deep center field. Going back, Gasparino at the wall, reaches up and makes the catch. And that is out number 3. Summerhill nearly had a second. What a night he has had all together. Bottom of the 8th coming up here from Veterans Field. The Gatemen go down scoreless in the top of the 8th. 7-2 the score in favor of Wareham. Bottom 8 coming up here on the Gatemen Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV.
Welcome into our first edition of the Wareham Walk-Off in 2024. And our first guest, as we get to know you, is Tony Pluta, a right-handed pitcher out of Arizona. You ready to roll?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, Tony. Well, you're from Chicago, so what brought you out west to Arizona?
So my recruiting coordinator at Arizona knew my high school coach really well and knows that whole area very well. So it's just kind of how I got connected with them.
Gotcha. So they reached out to you in high school. You told me you topped out at 95 in high school, so pretty easy to get noticed?
Yeah, that definitely helps. But, you know, going to all the tournaments and all that kind of thing helps.
Okay, well, on top of that, you've developed some accolades in your short career in college baseball so far. You were in the Northwoods last year, and then college ball treated you well in 2024. Your spring was pretty fun. How about that Pac-12 championship? What was that like?
It was amazing, especially being the last Pac-12 championship. It was an awesome feeling to win the last Pac-12 game ever.
Yeah, and then Brendan Summerhill, your Gateman teammate, hit the walk-off. So is it cool to share that moment with your summer teammate as well?
Oh yeah, it's great. Every moment with Summer is something special, so it's great to have a teammate like that.
Speaking of summer, you've been to a lot of different baseball destinations. This is kind of your first one for an extended period of time out east. Where does Wareham rank all time?
It's pretty great. I mean, the Northwoods was definitely its own thing, but I love Wareham. It's a great spot to be.
Yeah, it's been fun so far. We made it to home plate, so my final question for you, what's the goal this summer?
Just pitch well, throw strikes, and get guys out.
Awesome. Thank you, Tony.
Thanks, Kyle.
That's our first edition of the Wareham Walk-Off. We'll catch you guys next week.
Back here in the bottom of the 8th inning, Chatham down 7-2 to the Wareham Gatemen, looking for 6 consecutive wins here, about a quarter of the way through the 2024 Cape League season. Ethan Eibe and Kyle Marchak with you, and it's still Sam Meddert on the mound. Right-hander out of St. John's has been terrific tonight, working in his 3rd inning of relief. Here's Luke Cantwell, the Chatham first baseman. First pitch to him, takes it outside in the dirt for ball 1. They'll be followed by Ashton Larson and Jaden Davis. Gateman 4 in the 2nd, 3 in the 6th. That's all the scoring, and pretty much all of it thanks to Brendan Summerhill. 1-0 misses up for ball 2. Grand slam from Summerhill for his first homer of the year, a 3-run 6th, 2-run double. Summerhill later scored on a wild pitch. Medert the 2-0. Just a bit up high for ball 3.
How about Medert sliding into an extended relief role here? Kind of a position that they haven't really had to ask of anyone yet, because their starters are bringing them through 5 innings at least, and then they have enough arms to go an inning apiece.
3-0 pitch is a called strike at the knees. Medert, in his last outing 4 days ago against Hyannis, went 3 innings. So he's definitely proven to be a nice long relief option for Ryan Smythe and Eric Luxus. 3-1 coming. And Cantwell watches it down low for ball 4. Take off the elbow and shin guards and trot down to first base. Leadoff man aboard for Chatham here in the 8th inning. They're down 5 runs. Chatham winners of 2 in a row entering play at 5-5 this year. 3rd in the Cape League East. Gatemen, the first to 8 wins in the Cape League this year. They sit pretty atop the West, looking to extend that here tonight. That brings up Ashton Larson, the right fielder for Chatham. Batting from the left side against the righty on the hill. The pitch. Line right up the middle. Bozer dives, can't get it. Base hit center field. Up to second goes Cantwell. He'll stop there. And the first 2 batters have reached here for the Anglers in the 8th inning.
An auspicious start to the inning, but Meddert's still throwing good stuff. Just a rare fastball left down the middle there.
Elsewhere around the Cape League tonight, YD leading Orleans 5-3 at Eldridge Park, end of the 8th inning. Final score at Cotuit, 10-7 in favor of the Brewster Whitecaps. The Falmouth Commodores get their 2nd win in a row. They defeat Bourne 4-2 at Falmouth, so they're now 3-8. Hyannis defeats Harwich 5-2 tonight at McKeon Park. So Eric Luxus heads to the mound now for the Gatemen. Their pitching coach out there to chat with Sam Medert and Jacob Jarrell. The battery. Saw Jarrell catch Ethan Darden yesterday in the win over Harwich. Nice Clemson battery. Jarrell's only been here a couple of days, as has Sam White, but he's already gelled terrifically with this wide array of arms that he's got to deal with. And it looks like this will be the end of the line for Sam Medert. Eric Luxus signaling for the right-hander. And we will see a change here. From the naked eye, it looks to be Jacob Faulkner. So we'll confirm that here on the other side of this break. It's a 7-2 Gateman lead. Nobody out, but runners on first and second for the Anglers in the bottom half of the 8th inning. This is the Gateman Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV.
For a good piece of glass, call Abby. Located at 3 Tyler Avenue in East Wareham, call Abby Glass and Locks about getting a free quote for your windows, doors, locks, and other glass needs. Mastria Auto Group. Whether you need sales, parts, or service, call Mastria Auto Group for all your Kia, Cadillac, Mazda, VW, Subaru, and Nissan needs. Mastria delivers. www.mastria.com.
Legacy Insurance has been servicing Wareham and the surrounding area since 1980. Call Legacy Insurance for all your insurance needs at 508-295-1315. Legacy Insurance, your hometown agency.
Looking to buy or sell real estate in the South Shore, South Coast, or Cape Cod area? Joanne Stevenson has been selling Massachusetts since 2000. Specializing in residential real estate, she is a part of the #1 Berkshire Hathaway Robert Paul team. Whether you are looking for your first home, vacation home, or relocating, call Joanne Stevenson, your local Wareham agent, for all your real estate needs. A proud sponsor of the Wareham Gatemen.
Welcome back here to Veterans Field. A pitching change for the Wareham Gatemen, who are up 7-2 on the Chatham Anglers. Bottom of the 8th inning. Nobody out, but runners on first and second. Jacob Faulkner inherits an interesting situation here. Gatemen have a comfortable lead, but you don't want to let it get out of hand here, Kyle.
Yeah, absolutely not. I mean, we've seen it a couple times now where just despite meeting a multi-run lead, they can let teams back in every once in a while. But that's rare. The bullpen's been pretty strong, and I expect to see that out of Faulkner again. And it's good, too. We were talking about it up until that 6th inning. They scored all their runs in one frame. They were up 4-1 for a while. They needed to extend their lead. They did, with 3 runs in the top of the 6th. So they've kind of patted themselves here. That definitely helps the bullpen in terms of just feeling more comfortable on the mound, too.
So Faulkner, the Princeton Tigers' first assignment will be the 8-hole hitter Jaden Davis out of Vanderbilt, who is 2 for 3 tonight. He's got Ashton Larson at first, Luke Cantwell at second. Both of those 2 runners responsible to Sam Mettert, who departs the ballgame after 2 innings and 2 batters of relief work. Faulkner, the sidearmer, ready and deals, and pours in strike 1. Always a different look and an incredible weapon the Gatemen have out of the bullpen, a guy like Jacob Faulkner. 3rd appearance for him, 2 1/3 innings combined. He's yet to allow an earned run. 0-1. Davis, liner to second. Bozer's got it. Now they're going to double off the runner at first. They got him there. Larson was too far off the bag, and the Gatemen turn a double play.
Oh, just a fantastic heads-up play. Bozer was ready to roll and got that flip over to first. Yeah, great way to get the base paths cleared.
Cantwell still at second, but now 2 gone. And Campbell Smithwick at the plate, the last hope for the Anglers here in the 8th. Bozer had to move a few steps to his left to snare the liner, and there was no chance for Larson to return to first base. How far off he was already as the first pitch spins inside to the catcher for ball 1. Larson was convinced that ball was destined for right field, and he paid the price. Smithwick 0 for 3, fly out, a couple of ground outs as well. 1-0 from Faulkner. Another slider too far in, 2 balls, no strikes. Gatemen up 7-2 here, 2 gone in the 8th now. That rally, burgeoning at the beginning of this inning, seems to be snuffed out. But Faulkner 1 more out to get to send this game to the 9th. The 2-0. Slider finds the zone, started out and tailed back into the zone. Smithwick out of Ole Miss. High on base guy for a catcher. Faulkner looks at second and deals. A check swing. Did he go? No, says the third base umpire. That's Rick Force. So 3-1 the count to Smithwick. Anglers leadoff man would be next, Will Gasparino. Faulkner ready, has the sign from Gerald on 3-1. Liner foul down the left field line. Would have been trouble had he kept it between the lines. That's some muscle on it, but a 3-2 count now to the Chatham catcher. Faulkner looking to complete his first inning of relief tonight. Inherited a 2 runners on, no out situation. Payoff. Smithwick elevates one out to left center field. Going after it, Sam White, and he makes the catch in medium deep left center field. That'll conclude matters here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. It started strong for Chatham, but the double play turned by Bobby Bozer sends us to the 9th inning here at Veterans Field in Chatham. The score 7-2. Gatemen looking for their 6th win in a row to look for some insurance when we come back here on the Gatemen Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV.
Whatever your technology needs are, Secure One can help. Learn more at SecureOne.com. SecureWON.com.
The Wareham-based AD Makepeace Company, founded in 1854, is North America's largest cranberry grower, the largest private property owner in eastern Massachusetts, and a recognized leader in environmentally responsible real estate development and stewardship. For 170 years, AD Makepeace Company has supported community events and organizations like your Wareham Gatemen. Visit admakepeace.com to learn more.
Attention baseball fans, are you ready to hit a financial home run? PCT Federal Credit Union is here tonight to make your dreams of home ownership and driving off in that new car a reality. Their unbeatable low rates on mortgage and auto loans are a win for everybody. Whether you're rounding the bases to buy your first home or looking to upgrade your ride, PCT Federal Credit Union has got your back. Swing by their tent before you leave or visit their website to learn more about how they can help you step up to the plate and score big on your financial goals.
The AD Makepeace Company also owns and operates Reed Custom Soils, the area's leading manufacturer of custom soils, including CU structural soil and Rooflight certified green roof media. Reed Custom Soil is also a manufacturer and distributor of baseball infield mix and conditioners. To learn more, visit www.reedcustomsoils.com.
Back here on the Gatemen Baseball Network, we go to the top of the ninth inning from Veterans Field. It's a 7-2 Gatemen lead. Wareham looking for some insurance runs here as we head to the ninth. Ethan Eibe and Kyle Marchak with you. Gatemen have Bobby Bozer, Murph Gray, and Antonio Jimenez due up 2, 3, and 4. Getting ready to go for Wareham. It is Jet Johnston into pitch now for the Gatemen, or for the Anglers, rather.
Batting for Wareham, the second baseman, number 6, Bobby Bozer.
Johnson out of Texas A&M. Didn't get a ton of action this year as a freshman, but finds himself here on Cape Cod with a chance to prove himself, and he's got a tough task here with one of the hotter hitters in this Gatemen order due up in Bozer. Bozer tonight, though, 0 for 3, that 5-game hitting streak on the line here.
Yeah, Bozer's been swinging the hot stick, and he's actually hit a couple of hard ones today, but couldn't get anything done with it.
2 innings this year and 1 appearance for Johnston, 2 earned runs allowed. Those are a couple of flyouts, a strikeout as well, walked in the 6th. Turned an incredible double play. First pitch to him, misses up for ball 1. It's a line drive right to him at second base off the bat of Jaden Davis. It came with runners on first and second and nobody out in the top or the bottom half of the 8th inning. Bozer doubled off the runner at first. Set up Jacob Faulkner nicely to finish out the frame as this one misses down. 1-1 the count. Bozer cracked his first home run of the year last night. A 400-foot shot to right center at Spillane in their win over Harwich. 1-1. Fastball zips in there but misses out. 2-1. Johnston also a big Texas A&M fan growing up. Committed in his freshman year of high school to go play for the Aggies. Of course, you see a lot of Aggies hitting the portal these days.
Including coaches.
3-0. Inside, ball 4. Bozer walks on 4 pitches to begin the 9th inning. Yeah, that is a crazy scenario going down right now at College Station.
Yeah, I was not expecting that.
Head coach turning around and leaving directly after elimination from Omaha in the finals. Now the head coach over at UT Austin, taking the entire coaching staff with him, no less.
Yeah, that's bizarre. You don't see that quick a turnover.
First pitch to Murph Gray here is a called strike. Bozer at first, nobody out in the top of the 9th. The score 7-2 Gatemen, looking to pad their lead here before heading to the bottom of the 9th. We'll see if it's Faulkner who stays in the game or if the Gatemen go back to the bullpen again. 0-1 to Gray. Liner foul down the left field line, just a bit out in front of that slider.
My only guess as to why A&M or the coaching staff, Schloss and all them, just picked up and left, there must be something culturally amiss between higher management like the AD and then the rest of the coaching staff. I haven't read reports on it yet, so there's probably information I'm missing.
Certainly is bizarre. The 0-2 in the dirt, scoots away from the catcher Smithwick, but Bozer holds his ground at first base. One defensive change for the Anglers here in the 9th. Landon Stripling takes over at third base for Eibe Arquette. Stripling out of Florida. Formerly of Texas Tech, he'll be a Gator this coming spring. Chet Johnston, right-hander, ready to roll. And the 1-2 to Gray. Chopper towards short, couple of hops there for Lodis. Throw to second one. The turn is not in time. Gray reaches on the fielder's choice, and Bozer crossed off at second.
All right, still a base runner to work with here, and you got the meat of the order. I think Jimenez is going to give himself a chance here, put something in play.
It's been a quiet night for Jimenez. The walk, double play grounder, and a couple of strikeouts for him. Gatemen have scored their 7 runs on 7 hits tonight. 2 runs on 9 hits for the Anglers, so they have out-hit the Gatemen tonight. Of course, Brendan Summerhill's been the big one tonight for the Gatemen. First pitch. Jimenez watches it inside and low for ball 1. Summerhill had the grand slam in the second. 2-run double in the 6th to pad the lead. Scored on a wild pitch, so it's been entirely Summerhill on this mid-June summer night. The 1-0. Fastball called a strike. It's the outer part of the plate, 1-1. Sam White waits on deck for the Gatemen. Before the 1-1, a throw over to first. Just checking on Murph Gray down there. Gatemen have been aggressive on the bases today, though I don't think we'll see that too often here with a 5-run lead.
Not in this situation.
1 ball, 1 strike, the count to Jimenez. The pitch in the dirt and going to second. Gray, throw down, sails over the head of the shortstop, but a nice play there to back things up. Now is Lodis backing up the throw. The ball was in the dirt. Gray took off immediately.
Yeah, that could have been pretty bad. Could have seen something that we've already seen today from Jacob Jarrell and the Gatemen, and that's an easy way to give free bases.
It's a wild pitch on Johnston. Now a runner at second with 1 down. Gatemen up 7-2, looking for more. See if Jimenez can come through here. Righty against righty. Johnston looks at second. Now comes home. And Jimenez watches a breaking ball in there for a strike. It's 2-2. The South Florida shortstop steps back in. Johnston shaking off his catcher a couple of times. Now ready. Ball and glove waist high. Two coming. And before that, believe time might have been called. It was a pitch clock violation. It appears to be on Johnston. And now it's a 3-2 count to Jimenez. So just a bit late on delivering the pitch there. We've seen that a couple of times this year.
Feels like it happens in spurts.
So it's a payoff pitch now coming to Jimenez. Johnston twirls. Down and outside, ball 4. It scoots away from the catcher Smithwick. Up to third base goes Gray. Another wild pitch. And now runners on the corners for the Gatemen with only 1 away in the top of the 9th.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, you want to take any insurance runs you can, and this it's a big chance for them to really make it comfortable going into the bottom of the 9th.
Gatemen up by 5. It's a 7-2 score. Wareham looking for their 6th win in a row. Will be the first time they have done that since 2016. Sam White at the dish now. Great chance here. First pitch low and outside for ball 1. White out of West Virginia also has had a quiet night. 0-for-3 with a walk, 2 strikeouts. Johnston ready, fires. A ground ball to the right side, through, base hit to right field. In to score Gray. Up to second base goes Jimenez. Sam White delivers the insurance and an 8-2 Gatemen lead.
The catcher,
Big time. Just found a pitch that he liked, put it hard in play, and that's how you played another run.
Just yanked that one on the ground. It was too far to the right of the first baseman and way too deep in the hole for the second baseman Davis to get to it. So here's Jacob Jarrell. Still a chance for this inning to snowball for the Gatemen. First and second, 1 gone. Johnston has allowed 4 straight runners to reach. First pitch to Gerald, popped up, out of play behind home plate. That one sails and lands on the grassy area right behind the bleachers here behind home plate. Lucky kid got a souvenir. Gerald in the right-handed box. Ready on 0-1. Slider misses away. Count even. Oh, 1, or the 1-1 coming. There's a called strike 2. Belt high fastball from Johnston. It's Sam White at first, Antonio Jimenez at second. American flag hanging limp in center field. 1-2. Check swing. It's up and outside, and the count even at 2-2. Clock strikes 10 o'clock here in Chatham, Massachusetts.
Slower game than yesterday.
Doesn't help that it was a 7 o'clock first pitch.
No.
It was a 2-hour, 21-minute ball game yesterday at Spillane. 2-2. Gerald cut on and missed. It's a high fastball, couldn't catch up, and he's the second out.
The first baseman, number 11, Eli Putnam.
And so it's Eli Putnam's turn. Still a chance to cash in here for the Gatemen. 2 on and 2 away. Runners at first and second. The score 8-2 Gatemen in the top of the 9th. Looking for some more insurance before heading to the bottom half of this frame. Johnston, a spinning throw to second base, and it does sneak into center field. Nearly a catastrophe there for the Anglers as Johnston attempted a lazy pickoff throw to second base. It got by the second baseman Davis. It was a bouncing throw, and luckily for him, Lodis was there to back it up.
Yeah, oh boy. That was a messy play right there. It's just been a less organized form of baseball from the Anglers this inning. You can feel like the life of this game's just been sucked out of the A's.
First pitch coming to Putnam, and a ball neck high for ball 1. I mean, that's the type of play that if Lodis, the shortstop, wasn't there to back it up, that's Jimenez's chance, and he would have taken third. The 1-0. Misses outside to Putnam. 2 balls, no strikes. Putnam tonight also quiet, 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. Strikeouts have definitely piled up today for the Gatemen. 11 for them tonight. 2-0 coming. Slider up and away. We'll see if it's Jacob Faulkner who gets the bottom of the 9th, or if the Gatemen will go back to the bullpen again. I do see someone warming up down the right field line as the 3-0 comes home, and Putnam watches it up for ball 4. Third walk of the inning for Jet Johnston. This loads the bases now
The designated hitter
for Nate Early.
15, Nate Early.
Imagine another grand slam. And Early's been hitting well today, too.
Early today, 2 hits, double and a single. He has scored twice. He's got a chance here to add on to an 8-2 Gateman lead. The first pitch. Sky high pop-up. First base side foul ground. This one will likely head out of play, and it does. It clangs off the bleachers and one hops behind it. That was a dramatic sound.
You catching that?
No.
Neither am I. Give me a mitt, and I still probably wouldn't catch it.
Speaking of catching, if you didn't catch our first Catching Up with the Gatemen segment with Jesse Simmons, better check that out on all of the Gatemen social media accounts. His first appearance was with Brendan Summerhill, so a great interview there, now available on YouTube as well, Wareham Gatemen YouTube channel. 0-1 the count to Nate Early. Bases juiced with 2 outs in the 9th. A slider upstairs, 1-1. Like that segue?
That was great.
Thank you.
That's elite stuff right there.
Johnston, the right-hander, ready. comes home with it and baits the swing and miss from Early. 1-2 the count now. It's Putnam at first, Sam White at second, Antonio Jimenez at third. Gatemen up 8-2 with 2 outs in the top of the ninth. They're up 6, but hey, there's never enough. 1-2 to Early. Gets a piece and fouls it away. It sails over the press box and rolls behind.
Some guy got it.
Kid gets a souvenir. That's nice to see. Still 1-2 to Early. Here it comes. And another one fouled away down the left side. And once more, the kids spring to action.
Yeah, don't get in their way.
Yeah.
They're like feverish for it.
Oh, my goodness.
It's interesting.
It's like dropping some crumbs to a horde of ants, and they all attack it at the same time.
Or eating a chocolate brownie in front of a dog.
That too. 1-2, one more time. Outside, it's even at 2-2 to Early. Looking for his third hit of the ball game. Entered this game hitting just 2 for 16, a 125 clip. He's boosted that average here tonight at Chatham. Gateman looking for 6 wins in a row. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Early down on strikes. That fastball well located. And that wraps up the top half of the ninth inning. Gateman get another run. Murph Gray comes in to score. We'll go bottom of 9 here at Veterans Field. Gateman looking to put the finishing touches on their 6th straight win here against the Chatham Anglers. 8-2 our score in favor of the Gatemen on the Gatemen Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV. Let's wind the clock back to those times. You were a pitcher at Wright State. Now tell me how you got the opportunity to go to Wareham and what that time was like for you.
Well, I had gone out for the Pan American team in '91 just to kind of get my face and name out there nationally. And I made the first couple of rounds of cuts. So all of a sudden, people started to take notice. When I was fighting, I wasn't going to make the team. I was a freshman coming out of Wright State, opened some eyes, but wasn't ultimately going to make the team. So when I get cut, I get a call from Alaska. The 2 top leagues, the number 1 was Cape Cod, and then the Alaskan League was a really good league too. But those were the 2 big ones. I got a call from Alaska. I got a couple calls from the Cape. I got a call from Wareham, and they said, we have a kid that's going back home, and would you be interested? I mean, they didn't even have to finish their sentence, and I was like, I'm packing. I'll be there as soon as I can get my 85 Ford Tempo on the road and up there. So,
did you enjoy that clip? Well, you can catch the rest of this episode and all episodes of Wareham Whip Around, the official podcast of the Wareham Gatemen, available now on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. We return here to Veterans Field in Chatham, Massachusetts. Ethan Eibe and Kyle Marchak on the Gatemen Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV. It's an 8-2 comfortable advantage for the Wareham Gatemen tonight as they look to put the finishing touches on win number 6 in a row. It will be the first time they've accomplished that feat since 2016. They call upon Jake Faraday out of the University of Arkansas to get the job done. Their typical closer, not in a save situation here, but hopefully he can get it done, Kyle.
Yeah, I think he's only had one of his 4 appearances be a save situation, so good news for him, right? I mean, it means he's coming into a lot of big leads, and once again, padded situation here.
He does have 2 saves this year. This is his 4th appearance. He'll deal with Will Gasparino to start things off. First at bat for Gasparino, and he takes strike 1 on the fastball from Faraday. Gasparino took over in center field for Austin Overn. After Gasparino, we'll see Kyle Lodis and Ike Irish. The pitch at the knees. There's a strike called, 0-2. Faraday got the save at Orleans 2 nights ago in a 2-1 Gateman win. Also pitched earlier this year against Bourne and Cotuit. His 3rd straight appearance on the road. The 0-2. just misses outside. Heard a little cry for the call from the Gatemen dugout. Gasparino stands 6'6" in the right-handed box. Tall guy against Faraday. The 1-2. Gasparino gets a piece, fouls it back to the screen. Gatemen scored the bulk of their runs in the second and the sixth innings. A 4-run second, courtesy of a Brendan Summerhill grand slam. Summer added a 2-run double in the sixth, scored on a wild pitch, and then some insurance in the ninth just a half inning ago as the 1-2 pitch swung on and missed, and Faraday set down the first batter here by way of the K.
No surprise, Faraday, fastball first guy, and sure enough, getting a swing and a miss.
Sam White, who punched a base hit to right field to plate the Gatemen's 8th run of the ball game. Chatham down to their final 2 outs here. Bases empty in the bottom of the ninth. 8-2 our score. Kyle Lodis at the plate. Righty against righty. Faraday, calm, cool, and collected, deals and misses inside with the fastball. Faraday, a man of few words. Any conversation you have with him, it's typically one-word answers, but can't argue with the results of a man who lives by his own methods. 1-0. Lodis at the knees, a called strike, even at 1-1. Lodis tonight, 1 for 3, scored once. Gatemen scored their runs, or the Anglers rather, scored their runs. 1 in the first, 1 in the fifth. The 1-1. Lodis fouls it back to the screen. Faraday ahead 1-2. After Chatham defeated Wareham on opening day at Spillane Field 11-1 in run rule fashion, the Gatemen came into this one looking for a little bit of redemption against a team that has won 4 of their last 5 games against the Gatemen. 1-2. Slider just down and away. 2-2 the count. Gatemen also looking for their first win here at Veterans Field since July 19th, 2021. An 8-1 victory back then. Faraday with a 2-2 count. Delivers. Fastball just elevated. And a full count now on the Anglers shortstop. Faraday has the sign from Jacob Gerald. Bases clear with 1 away. The payoff. Swing and a miss. Chase the high cheese. Couple of strikeouts here for Faraday in the ninth, and the Anglers down to their final out on this Thursday night.
Yeah, 11 punch outs for the Gatemen pitchers so far combined tonight, and once again continues this trend. The bullpen just so efficient in a long amount of time.
Final hope for the Anglers tonight is Ike Irish, or believe it actually is not Irish. He was pinch ran for, I should say. So it is Chase Cruson, who pinch ran for him in the 7th, who will take his first hacks here. First pitch to Cruson outside for ball 1. They do check down to first. They say no swing. Cruson out of UCF. Was a Duke Blue Devil this past season. Just transferred. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1-1. And that got a piece of the home plate umpire, Jeff Merzell. And he spins around to walk off that one. Bent at the waist. That doesn't feel good.
I can't imagine it does, no. And you know what? This is a part of the game that's so enjoyable at the Cape Cod level, too, is the culture and familiarity between a catcher and an umpire. Catcher gets nipped by a foul ball. Umpire's going to take a second, dust off the dish, go out, hand the ball to the pitcher, give the catcher some time, and then vice versa. Jacob Gerald going out, chatting with his pitcher, ambling back to behind home plate, giving the umpire a chance to breathe.
That's what you got to do, and that's the way you got to play the game. So good to see that. It looks like Merzell is okay. That's the most important thing. He'll get back behind the dish here. We're almost at the finish line, Jeff. You can do this. Bases clear, 2 gone in the bottom of the ninth. 1-1 the count to Chase Cruson. Ferry looking for the final out here at Veterans Field. The pitch swung on and missed. 1-2 the count now. 1 strike away from 6 in a row. Faraday ready. Raises up the arms, now brings them down waist high. The 1-2. outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Faraday looking to strike out the side here in the 9th as well. He's punched out Gasparino and Lodis. Gatemen up by 6, an 8-2 score. 2-2 from Faraday. Fouled off. Might have gotten a piece of Gerald there. Cruson stays alive still.
Yeah, he's battling up there. It's just tough to keep up with the speed of Faraday out there.
Faraday, the 4th reliever of the night for the Gatemen, looking to put the finishing touches on a win here at Veterans Field. 8-2 Gatemen, bases clear, 2 gone in the 9th. The payoff pitch, swung on and missed. Strike 3, and that'll do it. The Gatemen get it done against the Chatham Anglers tonight. 8-2 the final score. And for the first time since 2016, the Wareham Gatemen have won 6 consecutive ball games.
They've just been rolling. I mean, you talk about putting a streak together, everything. All cylinders are shooting right now for the Gatemen. This looks to be a really special start to 2024.
Jake Faraday strikes out the side in the 9th inning, and the Gatemen get it done. 8-2 tonight here at Veterans Field. Plenty of history to go around. The Anglers, check that, the Gatemen getting their first win here at this ballpark, Veterans Field, since July 19th, 2021. 6 in a row for the first time in a long time. And they'll have a chance to make it 7 coming home to face Hyannis tomorrow. Handshakes for the winners. The Gatemen in single file, high-fiving across the infield. What a start for this group as they improve to 9-2. They maintain their lead, first place in the Cape League West Division. The Chatham Anglers fall to 5-6. Terrific stuff all the way around. Brendan Summerhill, the story of the night, his best night as a Gateman, had the grand slam in the 2nd inning, his first home run of the year. Long ball out to deep right field, and then added on a 2-run double in the 6th inning, made it a 6-1 Gateman lead at the time. Later scored on a wild pitch. So all throughout, this was really Summerhill's night, Kyle.
Oh, just excellent stuff. I mean, that's easily his best hitting performance. He's seen the ball well. One of these ballparks with a clean backdrop, so it's easy to see it out of the hand, and clearly just his night tonight.
Absolutely, and the pitching as well, once again stellar. Yoel Tejeda, in his Gateman debut, went the first 4 innings. Had base runners on in pretty much every single inning, but did well in his first outing for the Gatemen this year. And again, the bullpen, a terrific effort. Just 1 run allowed over their last 5 innings of work. Lucas Malstedt played tonight. Sam Meddert had a good couple of innings. Jacob Faulkner came on in the 8th. And, of course, Jake Faraday in the 9th inning. Another solid effort there.
Yeah, life gets real easy when you're able to get at least a solid 3 outs out of each of your guys out of the bullpen, because it means you're going to have a refreshed bullpen each night. None of them are throwing more outs than they're used to, and you have a clean cycle of arms ready to go the next day.
Absolutely right, Kyle. Beautiful night here at Chatham comes to a close. Gatemen get it done here by the final score of 8-2 for the Gatemen. 8 runs on 8 hits, 3 errors. And for the Chatham Anglers, 2 runs on 9 hits, no errors tonight. Gatemen get it done and improve to 9-2. Chatham falls to 5-6. Time of the ball game here, 3 hours and 13 minutes at Veterans Field. Their first win here at Chatham since July of 2021. And the Gatemen, winners of 6 in a row for the first time since 2016. Make sure you stay tuned for the Gatemen Baseball Network postgame show. That'll be uploaded to YouTube shortly after tonight's ball game. We'll have interviews from Madison Walker down on the field and a recap from myself, as well as Kyle Marchak and our team analyst, Jesse Simmons. But a terrific job tonight, all things considered. And let's do it again tomorrow from Spillane Field against Hyannis, Kyle.
Sounds good to me.
All righty, sounds good to me as well. From our producers, Joe Henry and Allison DeWitt, our sideline reporter, Madison Walker, and for my partner, Kyle Marchak, my name's Ethan Ives, saying so long from Spillane Field tonight. Again, for the last time, the final score, Wareham 8, Chatham 2. Talk to you tomorrow from Spillane. Hyannis comes to town. A 6 o'clock start time against the Gatemen. Thanks for listening to the Gatemen Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV.